What's good, brother?
Yes, sir. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 212.
Where the players dwell.
I was looking at you for confirmation. 212
And if it wasn't,
of
now
the
it's 212 now. All I
of the
know is yeah,
Splashcast.
yo.
We are here. It is Mike Check. I'm gonna let y'all know I'm on location in the Bull City visiting family. Um, but I'm in a beautiful setup right now. I wish y'all could see it. I got the big screen with the football game. I got the medium size 3 screens over here with the basketball.
Jesus.
I'm living good with the gas stove fireplace right in front of me. Back here, got the refrigerator chock full of a
The
good time,
fireplace is what the 4 screens in the fireplace. So me, I'm easy to please.
bruh. And then he got some leather bound books with the globe just to let you know that he a little cultured. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right over here. So shout out to the Mayshacks
I
for putting
come
this
from
up, man. How
places
you
and
feeling,
I'm
bro?
going places. I am feeling good. I am off the majority of this week. I've stayed busy, but it is different. Definitely not going to work, and I appreciate that. Yeah, and I'm chilling this week.
Yeah,
Had a good
man.
weekend.
We'll be back in Atlanta. When will we be back in Atlanta? We'll be back in Atlanta for Christmas Eve. Get ready for some more football. But y'all know what it
Oh,
is, man. We can meander all day. We
all
got
day.
Hawks talk. It is the mic check. You know, we do Hawks talk, NBA news around the league. Plus, we got a little get back. Don't think Reggie's mic is plugged in. You can't hear me?
Yeah, Reggie's mic is plugged for sure. For sure.
Hey yo.
Relax, brother. The mic is plugged in. Hey, yeah. But with that being said, let's get to these Hawks, man. We have had a rough couple of days. And by a couple of days, I mean 3 losses in a row. We're going to start out on December 18th. We played the Hornets in Charlotte. Now, the Hornets are an interesting team because they've kind of constructed their own big 3 with Con Kneppel, LaMelo Ball, and Brandon Miller, and they proceeded to whoop our ass. LaMelo, even with the turned right ankle, 7 threes, 8 of 11 from the field, 8 of 11, Jesus, from 3, 28 points, 13 assists in 29 minutes. Con Kneppel, 28 points, 6 to 12 from 3. The con bombs are real. And Brandon Miller, 26 points, 4 7 from 3, and he murdered Veet in the paint. This is tough because this was the first Trae Young game. Jalen Johnson had 43, 11, and 9. Nikhil had 28 points, and Trae had 8 and 10 in 20 minutes. But
23, 11, and 9, bro.
Yes. That's going to be a running theme as well as these losses. And y'all know how I feel when teams have players, they have crazy stats. Like Nikhil Alexander Walker going for 28 points as a guy who we thought was going to be a bench player who, when given a decent amount of minutes, he averages about 20 some odd points.
Gentlemen, to episode 200. My bad. I'm listening. I'm here. I'm making sure I don't sound far away. So I'm listening. My bad.
And Jalen with 43 and 11, Nikhil with 28. This is going to be a problem if we continue to have big games out of people, as we're going to talk about in every game, and then us losing like we've lost the last 3, and then we're about to go on a pretty tough couple of weeks of basketball here.
What bothers me? Oh, my bad.
You can't let them go 24-49 from 3 and have a franchise record. That we're the record team. When you play the Hawks, prepare to break a record.
And that's what my point was about to be. Is I'm the theme of the Hawks, whether it's Trae there or not, right now is teams are coming out and hitting record numbers of threes. I think when we get to the Bulls, and I'm not going to jump ahead, but I think they started out like 8 for 8. Like
they also broke a record of most points in a half, but that's the frustrating part about this. Now, Trey was bad in this game. Even with that 8 and 10 in 20 minutes, I give it to him in this game. It's the rotations. It's trying to figure out your way back into basketball. This is kind of an unfortunate time for him to come in. And on top of that, it is also a little bit of the roster issues. And Fali Dante is done for the season with a shoulder injury. Kristaps Porzingis.
I did not know that.
Yes. Kristaps Porzingis, he got hurt in College Park. Kristaps Porzingis and his pots, we don't know when he's going to come back. So we're now a small team with no legitimate bigs. Our bigs are smalls. And if you're going to play with Trey, I mean, it's damn near impossible for us to do it without Trey. Then you put Trey on there where people are over helping. It's just going to get you torched. And that's the reason that we're always a rotation behind. And that's the reason you can shoot damn near 50% from three, is because when you're shooting these threes, they're wide open because they're just swinging the ball from side to side. And we're over helping. So you're going to be out of position.
But that's not a Trey thing, though. I mean, no, they are. Trey is difficult to cover for on defense. But I mean, even before that, like, I mean, we're not going to be able to deal with Wemby. Like, Wemby, even though he doesn't play.
And Cornette, we don't have anybody as big as either one of those.
Right. And what's frustrating is it is the roster, but it's also Quinn's rotations, man.
Awful.
Like, we keep leaning on Kennard. And dog, I don't look, bro. 34 minutes from the kill Alexander Walker, 14 minutes from Kennard. I would rather have seen anybody else. But I guess we really didn't have anybody else because Porzingis is hurt, and they did not play Keaton Wallace because Keaton Wallace is too offensively challenged. Zach Ricochet, you got to get more consistent, my guy. 5 points, 2 of 7. And I know you and Trey are trying to figure it out because you're the shots that are going to go away with Jalen and Nickeil Alexander-Walker and Veep shooting the way he is and Okongwu the way he's playing. There's just not enough basketball to go around. But you're going to have to figure out your niche, and maybe you could take Kennard's minutes and just make sure be a better shooter.
He has to play, and one of the things that they got on him got on Kennard was passing threes. We do pass up open threes for better shots, and I know that I feel like that's almost an overcorrection. Where in so many years past we were just like, all right, just play the way we used to. Now we're playing so egalitarian. It's like, oh, not me, you. And then sometimes it's like, hey, bro, shoot the ball, especially Luke Kennard. That's my biggest thing with him is, bro, that is your job.
That is why you are here.
If you're not shooting 5 to 7 threes a game, we don't need you here. And I'm going to tell you, V is playing well enough. We don't need you here. I would rather have a better facilitator and another legitimate big than Luke Kennard. And I think that could potentially be a thing, especially if the Lakers or the Rockets, there are a bunch of teams who need another shooter, or the Pistons who need more shooting. Give me a guy back who's just a little bit bigger and can do some other things, because it just don't work for me. He's not good enough on the ball, and he's passive when he's off the ball, which makes him, unfortunately, a kind of a waste.
Bringing the Pistons up was a good point.
Yeah.
I think Jaden Ivey, Kennard, because they need shooting, and Ivey doesn't really, I mean, he's got a spot, but I mean, he doesn't have a spot. They could move him, but they will want more back than just Kennard, though. That's the thing.
Absolutely. But anyway, we lost to Charlotte. I was about to say we lost to Charlotte, and that just ain't it. We played the Spurs. We got to stop getting down by double digits in the first quarter. That frustrates the hell out of me. Got down 32-19, and consistently digging yourself out of a hole. It just puts you in a place where you're probably going to lose the basketball game from the beginning. They were up 68-44 at half. They were efficient. They're good. The Spurs are kind of in their bag, and this is as they're warming up to go to the Cup. So they're playing progressively better and better basketball. They got Wemby, who's went 26, 12, 3, and 2 blocks. Devin Vassell 18 points, and everybody else just kind of did their job. On our end, you had 23 points out
did
of
that in 20 minutes. That's
correct.
the thing.
Jalen Johnson, 17 points, 11 rebounds, and we just did not. We're probably not as good as them.
No,
and we're surely not as good as them with no bigs, because Wemby can basically, for all intents and purposes, destroy all the bigs that we have. And then Luke Cornett's just bigger than everybody else. So I'm not as upset about that game as the booking games. The Hornets game, we can't be losing to the Hornets. You can't lose to the Hornets. The Spurs game, it kind of is what it was, especially as the Spurs were amping up.
I knew we were going to lose that game. I was like, bro, Victor Wembanyama had all that stuff off the court, and then he lost the cup. I was like,
no. Remember, this is pre-cup. This is them getting amped up to knock out OKC.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is, because remember, they then after they played us, they ended up playing the cup
and beat it Friday. The cup was Tuesday.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, either way, they've been playing really good basketball. Maybe I got it mixed up, but they've been playing really good basketball. They beat OKC. We are not in the position to beat OKC. So I kind of knew what that was. And then yesterday was.
Well, hold on. You passed the Spurs. Stephon Castle and Devin Vassell. It's like the Spurs knew that they're from Atlanta, and I think Castle or Vassell. I think Vassell's jersey got retired. I think Castle's jersey got retired.
They got a bunch of McKeecher
players. They fed them pretty much the whole game. And they're just a deeper team. Like look 18-7, 17-7. Like that was basically they're the only starters in double figures. It's only 4 players in double figures that beat us. But you can't allow Keldon Johnson to go 6 of 8 from the field. You can't allow that. I understand the Spurs,
but he's also good enough to do that.
Yeah, kind of.
He is. He's a starting basketball player in the NBA on a lot of teams, including this Spurs team, until they kind of got what they got now. He's one of the guys who, on other teams in other places, he starts. On this team, he could just be a really good.
Really? He's like a 6'4" power forward. He's like a 2-inch taller version of Bruce Brown.
Hey, and Bruce Brown was really good when he was really good. He was really good for the Nuggets.
You're not lying.
I don't care what people's height anymore, because Josh Hart out rebounds people twice his size. So whatever size you are,
Miles
if you play
Turner.
it right, and it also helps when you have Wemby there. So you're right. I might be 6'4", but he gonna fix all my height problems in the first place. So yeah, I'm more playing in a position than like a spot. Yeah, I don't care. Like that's one of the reasons I said you can never send Trey to Wemby, because if he fixes it, whatever it is, all right, beat me to the bucket. What you gonna do? It's an 8-footer standing in front of there.
Yeah.
So you're right, but that's the thing, when you have
that
these type of players,
be absolutely ridiculous.
When you have Dylan Harper, when you have Stephon Castle, when you have big guards, then yeah, I can play with smaller tertiary players who can hit the three, who can do other things. Yeah, it just looks a little different. But for me, that's how I think basketball is going to look going forward anyway. And then we had
15 players.
Yeah, it was up by 20. Why not? That's what I say. If we're going to lose, play the guys who don't play. You can't lose and not develop. That pisses me off beyond anything. Drives me crazy. Losing and not developing is wasting time. But we lost last night to the Bulls, 152-150. Yes, for the people who can do math, that is 302 points in the NBA basketball game in regulation. The Chicago Bulls scored more points in a half than I think in their entire NBA career, and that does include the time with Michael Jeffrey Jordan, the greatest basketball player of all time. At half, he was 83-73. This is the highest scoring game of the season. Buzelis, 28 points, 7 made threes. Jalen Johnson filled up the stat sheet at everything. Trae Young, 35 points, I think 10 assists. Okongwu, 23 points. Kobe White, 21 points. Josh Giddey, 12 points. 19 points, 12 assists. This is why I do like the Bulls. They have a lot of promise. And Patrick Williams was big enough to kind of be a problem for us and just getting offensive rebounds.
Man, this is a waste. All them stats you read don't mean nothing. Don't mean nothing. We let 152 points to the Bulls.
You know what that means, though. When you have stats like that, it's the Trae Young effect. Somebody is going to get fired. You can't have what you got from Jalen and Trae and lose. How? In what way? In what?
You think this is Trae's fault?
I can't say no. It's Quinn's fault now. You have to figure out how to drive this car. And if it don't work, then I think that if you've looked at the little time that he's been here, then he's been back. It don't look the same. But Quinn, that's the reason they pay you this money. And that's the reason Trae picked you. He had 34 points. He went 8 and 9 from free throw, 7 and 9 from 3, 9 assists, 2 turnovers. Jalen, 36 points, 10 of 11 from free throw, 11 rebounds, 9 assists. But you're not playing enough defense. It don't matter. It don't matter what you do if you don't play any defense. And everybody on the Bulls, minus Jalen Smith and Patrick Williams, were in double digits. You can't let the whole team go crazy.
The whole team.
You didn't stop nobody, son, except for the guys who played the least. And really, if they played the same amount of time as any of the rest of these dudes, they in double digits too. There's just not enough time for everybody to get their 10, coach. Now, I think that a lot of this is it's roster, but we're not playing Muhammad Gay enough minutes. If we're getting smoked, you just need to dispatch Mohamed Gay like a fire extinguisher. I don't care what position the person who's cooking our ass, go guard him. I don't care if you got to put him at the 2. Well, hey, don't get him out of rhythm.
Yeah.
Because it's worth it. Because if we don't get somebody out of rhythm, and I do think the Bulls are good, but you can't let Isaac Okoro go 6 of 7 from the field.
He started off 6 of 6.
That is another part of it. Atlanta is slowly becoming the NBA Mecca. So people are also just going home. And when they go home, their whole family be there. So they be trying to get off. And that does happen a lot. But you have to also know that. So for me, we got to make some changes on this roster. I know that people are upset because of the whole Kristaps Porzingis thing, but at the same time, it kind of is what it is on that.
You gotta, being your podcast partner here and us doing this has gotten me to really look at the salary cap and the way that they make moves and poison pills and contracts and all of those things. So you got to understand why you got that Kristaps Porzingis contract. And it's
a vehicle. It is a vehicle, nothing more, nothing less. But the car has also gotten you to your destination. You have to now figure out what the next move is and how to make that move. And I think that's where Ansi Saleh, who's been very quiet, has I don't know if I'm afraid yet. I don't know what my level of concern is. I'm not sure where we go from here or how we get there.
For me, the thing, you said a lot for what you expect, and that's cool. What I want to see, I know we're gonna make moves. I've got to see Dyson Daniels be able to hit the open shot and not just do the little floater or drive and hit the layup, because now they're starting to treat him like a non-shooting center almost. And the Spurs just let him shoot the 3. Just shoot. and he's not even
Well,
close. He has no confidence in his outside shot.
so then just attack the basket and shoot the free throws. Put the ball on the floor, just like they would have told you 20 years ago. Put the ball on the floor. You're 6'6". Try to dunk on the kid.
But he always tries to, like, he gets to the paint and he stops, and then he kind of doesn't know what he's gonna do, and he either gets up in the air or he dribbles the ball off his foot or something like that. And I'm like, bro, if you just go try to dunk every time, you'll get to the free throw line.
Right. You're right. He gets to the paint, and that's kind of what they teach. So get 2 feet in the paint. That's gonna collapse the defense. Spray the ball out. But they have all the tendencies. They watch all the tapes. They know that's what your go-to is. He needs a little bit like that spin move he used to use. He's got to use that. He needs a euro, but everything needs to get you back to facing the basket and attacking the basket and shoot free throws. Because you ain't the first 6'2" guard that ain't been a bucket from 3. But if you get to the basket every time, you can shoot free throws. At least those unguarded, like, you're going to have to do those type of things in order for you to get to where you want to be. That is the harsh reality. And I think that his offense kind of ebbs and wanes. I think that hand injury, it bothered him, and he's still trying to find his confidence. But you got to find it. We don't have a lot of time for you not to find it.
Mm-hmm.
It's scary time right now, but the roster needs we need somebody who is taller than Onyeka Okongwu. That has to happen. Asa Newell, I like it. I like the minutes that he plays. He's just too little. Mohamed Gay doesn't play enough, and he's too little. And Jalen, you got to play some more fucking defense.
He has a lot of lapses. He has a lot of he's looking. It's almost like he's looking at the passing lanes, and he's trying to jump the passing lanes, and then it just cut behind him.
I saw a suggestion on the internet today that says play him more as a perimeter defender, and then let Riziche be the backside rim protector. I don't necessarily hate that because they're about the same size, and I think that Jalen's lateral. I mean,
now finish your thought. You were saying
you're right. It is fouls, but you got to do something. We ain't really been heavy fouls, but we ain't play no defense either. It does make you miss the days of Clint Capella and John Collins, where you had that guy in the paint and you had a very solid backside rim protector. So if you did try to get crazy, nah, fam, we're gonna block these shots. But we need size. We need it, and as much as I'm leery about the whole Trae Young situation, you can't blame that on him if you don't have any size. That just ain't. That's more of a you problem. We already not going into the tax for Trae, and in most superstars, their teams go into the tax. So you want to be frugal, and then you're not putting the guys around this team to be successful. Well, you got a 6-foot point guard. You're going to have to find somebody big, or you're going to have to find a bigger guard. But doing this is bad for everybody. But it was very good to see him have that 35 and 10. I think that
with 2 turnovers.
If he continues to do that at bare minimum, his value goes up because there are going to be people like, oh, I could figure something out with that. And
teams
I don't hate it.
For a point guard too.
Right.
But like I said, we could talk about the Hawks all day, and I know you could talk basketball all day. But tell me about this play-in. The Knicks won the play-in. They beat Big Vic. Also, RIP. Hey, condolences to Big Vic and his family.
Absolutely. Lost his grandmother. That's rough.
The day of the game.
Right.
It's tough.
Uber tough. Going into this game, everybody was very high on the Spurs, even though the Knicks have been playing fantastic basketball for the last essentially 3 weeks. But nobody ever, we didn't think OKC was ever going to lose again. We were ready to hand them a championship. Then the Spurs are like, relax, bro. We can do this. They beat OKC, and then they come here, and it's almost a foregone conclusion. Oh, the Knicks are about to get destroyed by Wemby. Not so much. The Knicks,
they didn't. They played well.
I mean, yeah, and they were down.
But Wemby also
11.
was overexerting himself, is what I was trying to say. What I was getting to. He was playing on pure adrenaline and emotion the whole time.
Yes. And the combination of the Knicks are a really solid squad. I have to give them credit where credit is due. Top to bottom, they're playing really good. They're playing their bench now, which is amazing. And you get Kolick, you got Mitchell with 15 rebounds, 10 offensive rebounds. That really makes it a lot more difficult to play them. The Knicks are tough, man. I haven't always respected them. I think that I've always questioned them as far as their depth. I think that what's the new coach name? I can see his face. Mike
Brown.
Mike Brown playing the entire team is doing what with your boy, what's his name? The coach. The guy fired. Tibbs. The Tibbs Thibodeau. Never did. Thibodeau. Yeah. Tibbs not playing those guys didn't let that bench develop. Jordan Clarkson, Tyler Kolick, and Mitchell Robinson off the bench puts you in a position where you got points off the bench, you got defense off the bench, you got rebounds. And their ability to match up due to their depth allows them to play big teams. You start Mitchell. Or if you want to play small ball or you got a small center like we do, then I just start with Karl Anthony Towns. I bring Mitchell off the bench. Their ability to play different teams and have strategies versus just making your strategy work all the time, it makes them very scary. I'll be completely honest. I think that, with the way that other teams are looking in the East, the Bucks, I assume, are toast. And the Cavs just not looking motivated like they have been in the past. The Knicks are in prime position to kind of do what they want to. And outside of the Pistons, and I'm not sure the Pistons have the flexibility to win a series versus the Knicks. I think that they can win singular games, but if the Knicks throw out a different lineup, I don't think the Pistons have an answer. They don't have a 5-out lineup.
I think the Pistons defense, they can beat anybody. One thing I do want to say about the Knicks that I noticed with Mike Brown, and I'm going to give a shout out to OKC. So y'all follow me here. OKC played Big Vic, right? Victor Wembanyama. They played him even though it didn't necessarily work. It didn't stop him. It slowed him down. They put Caruso on him. And every time he dribbled the ball, they tried to steal the ball while he was dribbling because they knew if he brought the ball above his shoulders, there's nothing you can do. So what the Knicks did, and Mike Brown did the same thing, he put OG Anunoby on him. And OG Anunoby frustrated Victor Wembanyama. Now, Wembanyama still had 18 points, but he had 18 points on 17 shots, right? Only had 6 rebounds because as tall as he is, and I think you said this a couple episodes ago, the fact that he has the leverage, he doesn't have the leverage because he's 7'5". So right. What they do is they get up under him and they push them out. When was the last time Victor Wembanyama only had 6 rebounds?
Yeah, you space him out.
17 shots.
And then Mitchell Robinson, he's not Wembanyama size, but he's tall enough and wide enough that as good as Victor is, he still don't have the body to deal with guys who are big and strong. He just I can out tall you to death. And yes, I don't know. I don't know what that frame looks like long term, to be completely honest. And maybe it stays like that. And I think that if he continues to play like he does and just gets better at the game of basketball, even if he doesn't gain a bunch of weight, it'll be all right. There are worse problems to have in the world. But at this point, more than anything,
You think he stays
Yes.
like Kareem? Kareem never
Very,
really got.
yeah. I mean,
But
arguably one of the greatest basketball players. Like, there's just in this time where there's a lot less physicality, which I think that they're going to try to bring back. But until they bring it back, yeah, I can play this way and I'll be okay. And yeah, I'm going to have certain nights where I'm going to have to deal with bigs who are just really big. But like we were talking about in the group, it's not that many big centers to deal with.
none. That's why we need to go get what's your boy from the Clippers.
Zubats.
His
I don't
contract is
know
too
what.
good.
Yeah, their situation is unique because there's no reason to tank because they don't own that pick. And on top of that, you know, you got the Kawhi situation. You got James Harden, who's not getting any younger. You got the Chris Paul situation. It's not great PR. You got the aspiration situation. You have a lot of things. You got to. I don't know what their answer is. They have too many fires.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I don't even know what you do. Yeah, like in my head, I'm like, all right, well, maybe if you get James Harden out of there and you get rid of, you know, you end the Chris Paul saga, and the best thing for them is to acquire assets. They're like, let's look and see exactly what they are at this point. They're 7-21. They did beat the Lakers, but you're also at a situation where you're not gonna get yourself in. At best, you're gonna get yourself into the play-in, which will get you mollywopped and probably get you embarrassed worse. The best thing that you can do is start acquiring assets. Sell off what you got to the people who want it. That's what they should be doing.
I don't know if the Hawks enough to give them for Zubac. I don't know what they would. I mean, I'm not. You know, there's unless you want an expiring contract. But I don't know if we have enough.
I'm not necessarily breaking the bank. I feel like there are other bigs that you can find that might be available. You don't have to be the best big. We just need you to be taller than the way, honestly. Just I would love a Luke Cornett. Then I did see the floating around bring Clint Capella back. I don't think we would do it, but that's kind of the guy that we need to at least in those backup minutes to just stand there and be in the way. But the Hawks are in a precarious situation because we play a lot of tough games coming up, and we can't keep losing. But it's hard. That is really the answer is we're going to keep losing. And I don't know what that does for us. Yeah, we play the Bulls who just beat us, Miami, who's finally kind of cooling down. Then we get the Knicks, OKC, the Timberwolves, the Knicks again, Toronto twice, who's whooped us. Then we get New Orleans, then we get Denver, Golden State. But it's a rough 10 or 15 games for us.
Yeah, we'll have to revisit the schedule, hopefully, because now you're getting into the end of the year, beginning of next year. And hopefully, you know, the trade deadline is what, February 5th or something like that?
Yeah.
So,
and I assume that
make a move.
Trey and Jalen are going to continue to put up these stats. So, Quinn, eventually they're going to start looking at you like, why can't you win when you got Jalen, you play all NBA level basketball right now.
All NBA, most improved player, all defensive player, and you have 4 people that can average a triple-double. Not average, but can get you a triple-double at any time. Yeah, that's on you, big dog.
Yeah, because, I mean, Dyson is the Ben Simmons triple-double, but for sure can get you a triple-double.
The Draymond triple-double. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I appreciate the rebounds from a guard. It's rough because I don't want to blame it all on Trey that we're probably about to lose a bunch of games. But he's back and we're about to lose a bunch of games. I think that it might just be a reasonable time for.
That's not fair. You
It's
just
not.
named 15 games, and 13 of them are against winning teams.
Right.
Like
Right. And I'm
playoff,
saying
playoff
that
teams.
like it is literally it was good the teams we played when he was gone, and it's bad the teams we played now that he's back. But I think that everybody also sees that it might just be a time to relocate both players. I mean, for us to go in a direction and them going in another direction.
He can go to Houston and cross the line with KD.
I don't think the KD crossed the line. I will let Legends NBA educate y'all on what y'all saying so that we don't get blocked and flagged on all the media places that we're on while we're here. Like, follow, subscribe. Please tell somebody about the pod. But
under the sticks.
Yes. No. He called him the P word.
Oh, that's what he called you in basketball?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Bruce, you just gonna have to be, you got to toughen up. And bro.
He called him a feline, and shout out to Legend NBA. They have all the cameras and they lip read and they give you word for word what he said. He definitely called him that. I like the KD was like, I did cross the line. I surely did. And nobody crossed it with me. He called him a bum. He called him some other things and commenced to cutting their ass.
And KD said they crossed the line with me every game.
Right. And I do think that he is just number one. I think he's the only guy who just wants to play basketball all the time. He don't care about anything else. I just want to play basketball. And when he's trying to play basketball, he's trying to get you out of your game, destroy you. And if you're going to let stuff like that take you out of the game, which y'all did, and get your coach ejected, he gonna clap and play all the games with you. It was great for me. We need more of this. And if that's all it takes for you to be upset, then you're probably pretty sensitive. We're going to hit these standings real quick. You see the Pistons, number 1, Knicks 2, Celtics. Joe Mazzulla and the Celtics are third in the East, say 17-11. I think that Joe Mazzulla should be in the conversation for Coach of the Year.
You think everybody should be in conversation for Coach of the Year?
Yeah, if you lose Jason Tatum, you trade away Kristaps Porzingis, you trade away this old boy who plays guard for the Blazers now, Drew Holiday. Yeah, you're still competitive. Absolutely. We thought that they were going to be next to the Pacers, third in the East.
I never thought that because it's had Jaylen Brown and Derek White. I never thought that. I didn't think they would be third in the East. I thought they would be where Cleveland is. I thought Cleveland and the Boston Celtics would swap places.
Oh, I thought that they would be closer to. I thought that they would be like play-in at best, not top 3.
Yeah,
fair.
Oh, you talking about Cleveland?
Fair. Yeah. No. I thought Cleveland was going to be the number 1 team in the East. The 76ers.
That's what I'm saying. The Cleveland right now is 7. Boston is 3. And I was like, I thought those two would flip-flop.
76ers are playing well. Even like they're figuring out the Embiid, PG, Maxey, VJ, Edgecombe, McCain situation. They do have a lot of good players. Health is really the biggest issue, but we still have to remember, even if Embiid is not as fast as he used to be, that means he's just as slow as damn near every other center in the NBA, minus the world beaters. So he can still stand there. He can still be tall. He just cannot get to the floor. Let me tell you, the ball is on the floor. He ain't even going to try to get to it. Y'all get to that. Orlando has been up and down. Bane has played a lot better. He's kind of figuring it out. They still got a weird team. I think they need to make some moves. It seems like they play better without one of their stars playing.
Forwards without Franz or Banchero.
Yeah, I don't know if they fit together, but I mean, we can't do anything with that because I would never make a trade. I would never trade to Orlando. The last thing I would do. Literally. The very last thing. Toronto, I think they need a point guard. I would be interested in RJ, but I think that if you give trade to Toronto, you make them probably a little too good. I don't know if that's a risk. I will say, I told y'all this when they did it, and it's been a terrible decision as far as I'm concerned. Paying Jakob Poeltl that money was a terrible idea. He is overpriced, and he's just not that good. And they got him for like 3 or 4 more years. It's a long time. Cleveland Cavaliers.
They fell in love with the field goal percentage. That's what it was.
Yeah,
they fell in love with
that
Jakob Poeltl shoots 75% from the field. I'm like, bro, they all
you a fool. And it's like $30 million a year, too. It's not even cheap. So it's a bad overpay. I think they're going to try to move him because the rest of that team is good. If they can get a point guard in the center, the middle is solid. I think that you're probably going to have to part with RJ Barrett in order to do it. But, I mean, quickly moving to the 2 guard, not really the worst situation. He's just not the facilitator that you need. Cleveland Cavaliers. I am afraid.
Blip, 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 blip. Blow it up. Blow it up.
They are uniquely the most expensive team you see on this list. And also in the middle. That you cannot be mid and expensive. And they are mid and expensive without really a way to get any better. Every third or fourth game, they need Spider to score 40. Darius Garland's toe was hurt at the end of last season. It was hurt all summer, and it's still hurt to this day. That's a problem because I can't imagine a lot of teams are interested in trading for him, other than maybe I saw Sacramento. And I don't know what people would be interested in on his team.
How tall is Evan Mobley?
6'10", 6'11". He should be a center.
So he's that hybrid 4, skinny 5 guy.
He
really can't play the 5.
Yeah, but why not? Look who you playing the 5 against. Who's the Boston Celtics 5? Kata. You can play the 5 against Embiid because you're just going to be faster than him. You better than Jakob Poeltl. You're better than Wendell Carter. You're better than Kyle Ware. You should be better than Onyeka Okongwu. You got to be better than Vucevic.
You think he's better than Kyle Ware at the 5?
Yeah, yes. He should be. If you're a defensive player of the year, you 6'10". Yeah.
Well, you know,
he scores better, he passes better, and I think he rebounds better. Now, long term, like I told y'all in the group today, if you're that height and you're a defensive player of the year is where I draw the line because that's what got him paid all that money. That $50-something million a year contract, you got to be the 5. You can't be defensive player of the year and then also need a backup. Heavyweight champion don't need security. Not for himself. He need it for the people who I don't want to have to hurt you. And that's where him and Jaren Jackson at that price, they cost too much. Either you got to be an elite defender and we got to be able to play another guy at the 4 who can help you out backside, but at the same time, you got to control the paint and the boards. Or you're probably a $45 to $40 million player. Shout out to Jalen Johnson, only costing us $30 million a year. That's a great deal. Milwaukee, as we see the Pelicans start to win games, Milwaukee is losing them. And they're going to keep losing them. That team is bad. I told y'all that Miles Turner deal was god-awful, and it's looking worse by the day. They're trying to move him, but who wants to pay him $120 million for the next 4 years? I don't. Charlotte, I like Charlotte.
They're the Panthers. The Charlotte Panthers. They only play well against the Hawks, just like the Panthers only really play well against the Falcons.
This is the thing. The Hornets have a framework of a very solid team. I think personally the biggest issue is LaMelo Ball. LaMelo needs to go to a place where a coach is going to coach him hard. And I think that I feel confident that he can handle it because I've seen his dad. And his dad don't give a shit. But I feel like in this NBA, they placate him too much. They let him do whatever. I think that he's a good basketball player, but I don't think that he'll reach his heights until he gets a Tom Thibodeau type of guy. He's going to have somebody to say, you have to cut the shit. But like on paper, if you tell
Miami. Tyler Hero. They trying to get rid of Hero anyway because they paid him that money. And Pat Riley and Eric Spoelstra ain't gonna take no shit.
I would like that. I would like that because they play fast.
Bam and Tyler Ware running up and down the court.
And Jaime Jaquez. That would be very interesting. And you would have to cut the shit. Pat not going for that. LaMelo's gonna be in good shape. But hey, don't shoot that shot again. Don't shoot it again. I think that is kind of scary for a team that's already playing really fast, and they're using Davion Mitchell as your point guard now. I think that, but if I'm Charlotte, I still need a point guard too. Now I could interest you in Trae Young.
Tyler Hero.
I could interest you in Trae Young.
For who?
I would have to get something back from both teams. I would like maybe Jaime Jaquez, Colin Sexton, and a draft pick. I would be interested in that. I'd be very interested in that.
I would take. Do we need a 3? I don't think we need the 3. If we're gonna do that, I would take Colin Sexton, Davion Mitchell. I would need a big though. We still need rebounding. At the end of the day,
I think that you're gonna have to get that on the margins. We just need a tall person. You can't get in some cases, and then we still got Kristaps. There are other places to move. It's not going to be a one and done trade. You're probably going to have 2 or 3 tertiary trades in order for it to work. But there's a framework there. But if I'm the Hornets, I got to at least if Con Canepa is going to play this good, Brandon Miller is going to look this good, Ryan Kalkbrenner playing center and shooting 70% and getting 10 rebounds every night. There is a team here. With your boy playing power forward. It's there. It's just, can we coach it in order for it to work? That is the question. That's always kind of been the question in Charlotte. Hence why you should have never gotten rid of
You got to get rid of LaMelo. I think you get rid of LaMelo, all of a sudden they look pretty good.
Yeah. And if I'm a point guard and if I'm Anthony Simons or somewhere and I can go to Charlotte, I will, because you're going to play with guys who can shoot. You got a 7-footer who can rebound, who's going to make pretty decent shots, and all you got to do is facilitate. Then,
LaMelo to Boston would be crazy. That
costs too much. Costs too much. Costs way too much. And hell no, Joe Mazzulla will choke.
That's where Anthony Simons.
Joe Mazzulla will choke the shit out of LaMelo. I do believe that. Crazy Joe ain't going for that. And then the Wizards. Then you get to the West, OKC, the Spurs, the Nuggets, they're upper echelon. Then you got Lakers, Timberwolves, Rockets. I think the Rockets are the best of these 3, but the Timberwolves holding in the road with no Anthony Edwards is solid. Bones Highland has come on. Rob Dillingham has yes, but he was out. Bones Highland has come on and been a very big help for the Timberwolves. Rob Dillingham, I don't know. That was always my question with Dillingham is how did he fit into the NBA? I think that he's more of a Jordan Clarkson. He's a guy who comes off the bench and just score points. But for him to like run an offense, I just don't see that in his future. The Phoenix Suns at 15 and 13 is amazing. Golden State, you being below the Phoenix Suns is embarrassing. Memphis, blow it up. Portland, I don't know exactly what y'all trying to do. Like all you're doing is
they trying to weather the storm right now. They ain't trying to do nothing.
What storm?
Keep my name.
Oh, you're right.
Phillips.
Yeah. Well, you're right. Y'all gonna split it like, well, I'm just trying to win games, so they don't ask me no questions. But that's they're in a weird place. I think they have assets that could be moved, especially Denny. Mm-hmm. Donovan Clingan, like you got pieces over there.
They're moving.
You're not winning either. You might as well.
That's the future. Them two.
That is not the future. Let me tell you. Do you not see that? Where do you see future facing? That best thing you can do is collect assets. Portland, you can try to play for the future. Go ahead and purge. Buy out Jeremy Grant. But at least this middling effect is going to keep you from getting an elite player because you're going to try to win too many games. Dallas.
Portland got one player on their team that I do want to keep going. I'll jump in here because I wanted to talk about
Tumani Kamara or
no, the dude that be killing us every time. He's like 6'8".
Not Duke Reed.
They may have got rid of him. Now I'm looking for him. Keep going. I'll find him.
The Mavericks, y'all need to find somebody who can dribble. Y'all might need to be in the market for Colin
Yes,
Sexton.
Tumani Kamara. That was who I was talking about. Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, Dallas, y'all need to find somebody to dribble. Utah, it's cool for now. Y'all
might
are gonna
interest
fall
you
off the
in
face
Trae
of
Young? No.
Who? Utah?
Dallas.
Or
go from
Dallas, I'm gonna tell you, Isaiah Collier, the backup for the Utah Jazz. Danny Ainge has everything over there now. And the Ace Bailey pickup kind of allowed him to hit the reset. They have a really good what's my boy Keyshawn, the point guard with
Keontae
scoring
George?
Keontae George, scoring like 37 and 10 a night now. I told y'all he was going to be something. And as you continue to put this team together, they're young and they're going to be okay with not being good because they got a bunch of draft picks. We'll continue to collect Infinity Stones, and then eventually we're going to try to be OKC. And I think that that's going to be very realistic. And they'll probably be able to pick off one of these kind of vets. It's pretty good in exchange. I mean, I damn near want to say, I don't know if James would be interested in Utah, but he would be perfect there. Probably not this season.
James ain't going to no Utah.
That's fair. Clippers are a hellhole. The Sacramento Kings are an even deeper hellhole. Everybody is available for that team, I think. And it just doesn't make any sense. And then the Pelicans are starting to win games. I told you they were good. They just put Zion on the bench and played the guys who are good. It's amazing how that works.
Yep.
And DeJounte Murray is going to come back and make this team better. Jesus. But basketball is heating up as football is kind of coming to an end. But everybody's team got somewhere between like 10 to 17 wins right now.
Yeah, but I'm just waiting to see Jake Paul get beat up.
Ta-da! This, for the people
album
who are
cover, episode cover.
Yes, right here. Immediately. I went to ChatGPT sharpened to 4K. We are talking about the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua fight. It was on December 19th in Miami. You could call this a fight-ish. Anthony Joshua is a large human. Jake Paul also a large human, but not nearly as large as Anthony Joshua. I actually watched the clip on a guy who's, I guess, a boxing podcaster, and he kind of explained. He called this before, like 2 nights before. He said, y'all gonna watch this, and y'all gonna think that Anthony Joshua is boxing poorly and doesn't know what he's doing. But Anthony Joshua is a professional boxer. And they fight on tendencies and structures and strategy. Jake Paul is just a guy out there fighting to the best of his ability. So it's like when you play a kid who don't have any strategy, you're going to struggle until you figure out how to set him up. And that's what Anthony Joshua did for the first 5 rounds. Jake Paul kept falling on the ground. He kept trying to hug him, X, Y, and Z. It was actually kind of embarrassing. And then that 6th round, Anthony Joshua got his timing right. He laced him up where he figured out exactly what his length was supposed to be to knock him out. And then he punched him 2 times and broke his jaw in 2 places.
Yeah. This fight, so of course we all know that the fight had some contract stipulations that allegedly we don't know what they were, or at least we don't.
Wait. We allegedly believe that there may be something in the contract. The reason I say that is apparently Jake Paul is going after people who are saying that the boxing match was rigged. So that's the reason we're gonna put a big allegedly on the front of that.
Allegedly, just alleged the entire conversation, then. But I'm gonna say what I got to say. It's alleged that there was language in the contract that forebode of that kept the fight safe as it could be.
Wait, if I'm Jake Paul, I'm pushing back. I got one jaw broken in two places, and y'all thought this was
now
safe.
I got two jaws.
Right. My chin just loose. He said it, and right after he said, "I think my jaws broke." He thought he was broke one time.
But the thing about this fight was Anthony Joshua told y'all, like he told y'all, like, "Hey, I'm a professional fighter. I take this seriously." And Jake was doing all the dancing, all the talking.
He's
coming
performing.
In out of shape. He's performing. And then Logan Paul, before talking trash, during the trash, trying to throw Anthony Joshua off, talking about this is going to be your legacy. You about to get your ass kicked. And it's like, hey man, you see him, right? He's 6'5", 265 pounds with zero body fat, has been punching walls and other large humans for a lifetime.
Oh, he finna punch on you for sure.
I was like, oh yeah, it's over. And then Logan Paul tried to take his chain. I think that was performative. I don't think he really tried to take it. Because if he really tried to take it, they would have beat him to death. In hindsight, I give Jake Paul a lot of credit. Now, I will say he got paid, I think, $92 million for this fight. Mm-hmm.
But you did get in there with a wild animal. And that wild animal did break your jaw.
Trained wild animal.
Right. And you, whatever, we can laugh and joke from outside the club. But I'd never in my fucking life get in the ring with Anthony Joshua if I ain't got a pistol.
92 million, you would.
Hi, Reggie, you smoking dope. You'll wake up and speak algebra for the rest of your life.
Hey, as long as I can write, I'm fine. 92 million?
No. You that's not a guarantee that you're gonna wake up and write. You might wake up and not wake up. You might wake up at the pearly gates. How did I get here? Hell no.
Taken care of, Lord.
Right. You an insurance policy. That's it. Nah. I give him credit for getting in there, and in any condition lasting for 6 rounds with Anthony Joshua, I think that you should also retire. There's no reason for you to continue to do this.
You've done it.
You did it. You've done it. You can't eat solid foods for a couple days. I think you should take your whatever's left of your 92 million. Yeah, that's what he said. I can't eat solid foods for 7 days, which I assume means that his jaw will probably be wired shut. But whatever it is, it's bad. And kudos, but nah, I'm good at this ripe age. I wouldn't do it.
Didn't Andrew
Tate
get
close to it? Yes. Now that was also enjoyable. It was much harder to find anything on that. That guy who I think I like Jake Paul a little bit more because I think that he kind of shows that this is just a performance. Now, your boy Andrew Tate, and I think Jake Paul will whoop Andrew Tate's ass. Andrew Tate can't fight at all. He was terrible. And and they always described him as like this MMA fighter, all these other things, because he is tall, he in shape, he looked like he can fight. That looked like an elementary school girls. I've seen better girls elementary school fights. It was terrible, and he still got whooped.
Yeah,
all that, whatever he was. Yeah, all that they said he was and he believed to be. Oh, nah, bro. You are the most fraudulent. I would not believe anything that you say. You ain't tough. You ain't even difficult. You're a nice human. And you need to govern yourself accordingly. You are slappable, bro. I hate to have to say it that way, but yeah, you're not tough at all. And it brought us joy. I ain't gonna lie, to see them both get their ass whooped. Our
Yes,
communities,
and a smiling
community
black
specific,
man smacking a
man,
Maggotish is great.
boy. Yeah. And as soon as I that picture, Anthony Joshua was so good because he's so happy. He's like, oh, I'm gonna whoop your ass. And then after he hit him with the rat-a-tat-tat, if you look in the corner, the man right there, no, stop. And Jake, like, yeah, stop it. Please stop him. He's gonna knock my brain loose. But yeah, we enjoyed the hell out of that. Every moment of it made me so happy.
Fitting wise, that's gonna take us right to Black Excellence of HBCU. News around the culture.
Okay.
You want to take a break or you want to go straight through it?
I'm gonna say, go ahead, count us in. So we can start the episode, my friend, ladies and gentlemen who are here.
2, 1. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to episode 212 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. I'm your co-host, Reggie.
I'm your co-host, Norwood. Our powers combined, we are your HBCU homeboys, and we have enjoyed watching people getting their ass whooped. Please go back and listen to the mic check.
Go back and listen to the mic check. If you listen to the recording, if you here with us, thank you for tuning in for the live stream. Make sure you like, follow, and subscribe. Y'all know what it is, HBCU news around the culture, followed by our football talk. Go back and listen to the mic check where we talked about basketball. Well, we're going to go ahead and get started right on time. HBCU news around the culture. First off, FAMU alum Pam Oliver was inducted into the Sports Broadcasting Hall of Fame. Congrats to Pam. Kudos. If I had my little noise machine, I'll play the applause button. But I'm on this super old laptop, so I am not pressing nothing. But Pam, FAMU alum, FAMU alum deserves everything. And us black folks ain't forget how Fox did her after she put all them years in, and then they decided to move her to the B game after she was the woman for so long. So Pam, well-deserved recognition.
Joined Fox in 1995, contributed to more than 500 games. She is respected as the original black woman sideline reporter. She's been everywhere. Don't matter the temperature, don't matter where it is. She goes there. She does a great job. Extremely professional. One of the best to ever do it. Iconic. There's no other way to put it. She's the one that all the little black girls, all the little girls that you see that aspire to be in the sports, she is the one who set the mold, set the standard, and continues to just be excellent. And as you can see, or maybe if you haven't paid attention, but there are women all throughout sports, way more than ever before, specifically black women. They're blossoming at every level, at every station, and every station is invested in trying to have more and more because they're that good. And none of that will be possible without Pam Oliver, the legend. Congratulations. Congratulations to Pam. And FAMU, y'all needed some good news. This is good for you guys. Next up, Virginia Union running back Curtis Allen becomes the first winner of the HBCU Harlan Hill Award, which is essentially the HBCU Heisman Trophy.
Yes, sir. He has been a standout running back at Virginia Union for 3 years. They have won the CIAA, I believe, the last 2 years. He has been absolutely fantastic. So shout out to Curtis Allen. Is that the name of a famous back? Boy, that one man has been kicking my ass for the last hour.
You thinking about
that's Marcus Allen. I'm thinking about Marcus
Allen. No, what's Curtis who played for the Jets? Curtis Martin. Yeah, so we put two guys together. And that's what happens. He had 2,409 rushing yards, 30 touchdowns in 12 games. He also broke the CIAA single season rushing mark, led the nation touchdown runs. And he's the backbone of Virginia Union, who's been a very strong program. He is the He's the first player. This is actually the D2 Heisman, not the HBCU Heisman, but he's the first HBCU player to ever win it. He had 369 yards and 5 touchdown game earlier this season. He just kicks ass. And this is a guy who, hey, transfer portal or NFL, good running backs are good running backs.
Combine. I don't know if he has any more eligibility left to go to the portal. But the combine for sure, it shouldn't even be a question. Shouldn't even be a question that he should be at the combine. Shouldn't even be a question.
I concur. I strongly concur. We're gonna move right on to the dog park. Congratulations. Their head coach, Larry Scott, is moving on. All jokes aside, this is a really good job to move from Howard to the tight ends coach at Auburn. During his time there, he was 23-37. He did win 2 MEAC championships in 22 and 23. Those back-to-back titles and the program's first Celebration Bowl berth. So he's done a decent amount in a little bit of time. He is joining Alex Golesh at Auburn, who's the new coach there, and he's previously coached at Florida and Tennessee. So he's a Power 5 guy.
Yeah. And of course, this is the way that Willie Simmons took when he left FAMU. He went to North Carolina, became the running backs coach. This is the way you've proven that you are a leader. I'm sorry, Duke, you're right. You've proven that you're a leader, and you've made it's almost like in corporate America, you're checking off the boxes of the resume to get to a point that you know you can be a head coach somewhere. Right. So at this point, he's really probably just getting back in there saying, oh, he's going to be the tight ends coach. He's going to end up being somewhere like similar to Willie, like FIU, FAU, something like that, UL, ULM, something like that.
Well, that's one of the things that they say is that Alex uses his tight ends a lot in his offense. So it's not like you're just going there and, we use a tight end kind of. No, this is going to be a big part of our offense. And we got a guy who we like, who's been successful at multiple Power 5 schools. So, yeah. This is a big move, and this is a ton of opportunity.
I agree. But I believe for HBCU, that's what we got because, again, celebration is over with. Celebration of Bowl is done. Basketball season is kicking off. So, again, that will really take front and center stage until we get to March Madness for us. So, with that being said, we are going to take a break here. And we will be back. I think we're going to have beverages. Obviously, Norwood's off, so beverages will be there. And we will be right back with NCAA football, Heisman Trophy, playoffs.
Well, we already did
Heisman Trophy playoffs.
Did we not already do Heisman Trophy?
No.
Okay.
Oh,
okay. Number one, I'm not having beverages till we get to NFL. I have to get up in the morning. I gotta get a Christmas haircut. You know, my mom and I would be happy if I don't look like somebody. So, and it's at 8:45 in the morning. And you know what? I should have put that in the mic check. Right. While we're here, before I close this out, let me tell y'all. So we talking about haircuts. I'm looking for a new barber. My barber has retired. I'm looking for different barbers in Houston. I saw a $50 virtual consultation for a haircut.
I told you. Y'all laughed at me when I said I was like, bro, they charging $75 to $100 for haircuts out here in Atlanta.
No. On Zoom. They want me to pay $50 so he can look at me on Zoom and tell me about the haircut he's going to charge me $200 for. Is it dope? Is it dope? You don't cut my hair every day if I got to pay you $250.
$200?
No, the haircut was $200. The virtual consultation, you don't even I can't just come in there and you do it all at one time. These people out of control.
Virtual consultation. So I have to pay you to look at me.
Yes. Precisely. And I was offended by that. I was taken aback. I I honestly it just really pissed me off in ways that I cannot explain. But I had to get that off my chest, and this is our podcast, so I felt like it was only appropriate to do it there. But like Reggie said, we are going to take a quick break here. We're gonna come back. We're gonna knock out this college, and then after that, then we'll take another break, and then I'll have a drink with you guys. With that being said, play the music. Wait.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, with our football segment. I tried a new beer today, and it is awful. Oh,
That boy just got humble. You ever seen somebody just destroy like, oh, this is terrible. Why did I do this to myself?
Man. Oh, we're back with
We are back with immediate regret. That's what we're back with.
Jesus Christ.
Self-destruction
episode
is
212
real.
Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Please remember, like, follow, subscribe. Our road to 1,000 followers. We have hit our first benchmark of 500 followers. We appreciate y'all. Go to TikTok, like us. We definitely go live. Our next benchmark is 750, followed by 1,000. We appreciate you guys. With that being said, we are here with our college football segment of episode 212 of the Splashcast. And we're going to run. So, since we're not really going to talk about the Heisman, because Norwood said if it's not really
hold
Julius,
on, wait. We gonna do all of this.
Since you said it should be Pavia or Love, and it wasn't either one, it was Mendoza.
I'm gonna give the man the credit he deserves. Just because I don't like you or I don't think that this is right, don't mean that I'm not a person of integrity. My integrity, I hope, goes beyond anything else. Now let me bring him up here because he did win the Heisman. If you won the Heisman, you are in a hollow group of people. You are in a unique fraternity, and it is undeniable forever. Now, let me get this up here first. There he is. They're processing now. But yes, we are speaking of 2025 Heisman winner Fernando Mendoza of the Indiana Hoosiers.
Yeah, I think he won because he's the leader of the feel good story, right? Indiana is the basketball school. Yes, Indiana is a basketball school. You Indiana fans have just out of your mind. I'll get there. Let me get back on track because I was about to cuss. Yes, they are the feel good story.
We can cuss. This our show. I cuss hard.
He is a feel good story, just like Signetti's going to end up winning, which, he won Coach of the Year, rightfully so. All of the things, but okay, well, we're gonna cuss. Indiana fans got mad at me on live because I said Indiana. Me and this other guy said Indiana was a basketball school, and they said we're not a basketball school. We haven't been a basketball school for 4 years. I said, man, y'all claim basketball. Y'all invented basketball. Like, What are you talking about?
And if not for basketball, like y'all are Bobby Knight school. What Signetti is doing, congratulations. I still think that there's more to be proven here, and that's the reason I love the way that this is going to play out here any day now. But I have to give congratulations. He did win the Heisman. I still think that Diego Pavia or Jeremiah Love are just better football players, but he did win the trophy. Congratulations. Now we can move on. Now we can get right to the shit. We can get to it. You said, hold on.
What is it? Yeah, I was saying, hold on. Diego Pavia reacted poorly, and of course, I think this is motivation for Julian saying. Diego Pavia just said, basically, screw it. Said everybody can get it, all y'all suck.
And then he did walk it back, but I feel it, bro. Especially I am playing at Vanderbilt in the SEC.
I have to go to New Mexico State
with the nerds. And y'all let this dude win it after all these teams. Y'all didn't think that's the one difference. Indiana, their schedule was so weak. You was like, oh, they're probably going to beat these guys. Every time Vanderbilt beat a team, we were like, oh, maybe they're a legitimate football team. You know how many times I said that? And I've been a Pavia fan all season.
Yeah.
I'm still like, damn, you beat everybody. They beat Tennessee. Nobody ever thought in a million years, oh, yeah, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Vanderbilt. No way in hell. So,
and that's why I was so pissed. They beat Tennessee like that and got penalized for beating them that bad.
But this will be a teachable moment because we're going to start out first with JMU, who got whooped by Oregon. Now, I know the score says 51-34, but I think it was 51 points at half the way they was cutting their ass. I don't think that anybody on Oregon played in the second half that was a legitimate player. This was a drubbing. This was an ass whooping that we knew was coming. So waste of everybody's time. And honestly, it's an embarrassment to JMU. They were a good enough team. They had a good enough season to end your season just getting embarrassed in front of the entire world, which you did. And everybody tuned in to watch you get your ass cut. I don't think that fairly represents their season. A lot of people have said that there needs to be a group of, I get power 4, group of 5 play in. I am starting to believe that.
I believe that. Yeah. That's tough though. That's not fair because now you're going to make them play 4 extra games. 3 extra games?
1 extra game. If you can beat the bottom, there should be 2 teams who win. There should be 2 group of 5 teams. They should play the worst of the 12. You beat them, then you advance. You get 51-34, you take your ass on home. Or you could just have the power 4 have a championship, group of 5 have a championship. I think that if I'm group of 5, I would be more inclined on having my own championship, because then if you win 3 or 4 championships in a row, you can really push and say I belong in the Power 5.
I don't know about that, but I do agree that I like the play-in idea. But with this Oregon game, I feel like they really tried to dress it up like JMU made a good showing, and that's the part that frustrated me because Oregon JMU they were like JMU had 504 yards of total offense and they scored 34 points, the most points put up by any team against Oregon this year, including Indiana. Yeah, but tell the whole story. Oregon had like it was 35-3 or something like that.
Dan Lanning called off the dogs after they knew the game was well in hand. That's what happened. This is not enjoyable to the people who watched it.
Yeah, and also Dan Lanning, I'm starting to look at you as a side eye too, because against Colorado, if they had to have the Big Ten call the red phone to say, "Hey, you need to stop."
Right. I think that this is a little different though. This is insurance policy. I have more games to play. We beat them.
Yeah.
We beat them handily.
Yeah.
Hey,
and they were a gracious opponent too. They had a really good social media run with their account, trolling the Ducks in a friendly fire. Like everybody, they knew that they were going to get beat.
Yeah, and that's why they go ahead and get whooped. So. Yeah, but I think that it's also I'm not going to play my players in this. Like that's the unfortunate part is this is a meaningless game. I would have much rather watched Notre Dame play. I would have much rather watched Vanderbilt play. I would have much rather seen BYU, and then. They could have lost those games to these other teams possibly. We knew in every case. I think both teams scored on the very first drive with big plays. And it was like, oh, this is what we thought it was. So we had that. Then we're going to get right on here to this. 41-10. Shout out to my new head coach, Summerall. Y'all tried everything that y'all could. Unfortunately, also rest in peace to your father who died tragically right before the game. But this was never anything. Ole Miss beat the shit out of Tulane. Tulane was overmatched.
Did you watch the game?
Yes. Ole Miss just better.
I don't. Yeah, but yeah.
Yes.
But just like that JMU Oregon score isn't how close the game really was. This game wasn't 41-10.
Shit me.
Like I feel like Ole Miss, I feel like Tulane's offense let Tulane's defense down. Like Tulane's defense was actually kind of holding it in the road
and
at the beginning of the game.
That is really what these teams. That's what this group of 5 teams are. They're good and they have good players. I saw one dude joking on the internet, oh, how you get blown up by this guy. Hey, whoa. You think that everybody on that team is better than everybody on this team? That ain't the answer. It's some good players, but it's just not enough good players to go around. And that's unfortunately what you get.
Yeah, and because Tulane forced some punts, like it wasn't as bad now. And then Tulane turned, and once he threw the interception, and that's what it was. Tulane offense was moving from the 20 to the 20, and then they would throw an interception, or they had 2 fumbles, or something crazy.
Those Tulane guys are the guys who in next season are Power 5 guys. You just
right, and it definitely is a tryout, but to me the defense was just the defense was such a letdown. And we'll get to the preview of the next round coming up soon. But I came away from this not as impressed with Ole Miss as I thought I would be. Now,
well, I mean, there's a shuffle going on between Ole Miss. Ole Miss got a lot going on. You got the new coach coming in. You got Charlie Weiss Jr. coming back. You said that you weren't letting people back. He says they weren't sending people back. It's just you really got 2 teams in one team right now. So and you got a lot of they say they got the governors fighting in social media about going back and forth about Louisiana and Mississippi and all of this. So this and you got a lot. You just got so many emotions, so many different things going on. You got so many different moving parts. I could understand how this could get out of control really fast. And they beat it 41-10.
They did. Yeah.
Now, definitely. To the games that actually did matter, this was relatively disappointing to me. Miami Hurricanes beat Texas A&M 10-3. I don't really know what to say about this. I thought this game was going to be a lot better than this. Carson Beck finds a way to advance and still just be really mid. And Texas A&M, I think that this kind of puts a cap on. This makes your season disappointing. Y'all lost the last 2 games of the season, and basically once the rubber met the road, that you were left.
Texas A&M. Texas A&M. I said this on Saturday Morning Live. Pardon my French because I'm about to cuss. I said this before as soon as you said it, your old line got out there on the internet in front of the press conference and said, we don't fear Ruben Bain Jr. We don't know. He's not even that good. Sometimes Texas A&M, you got to learn when to shut the fuck up. You got to learn. I hope the door is closed because my nephews and my daughters are upstairs and I'm cussing. But you got to learn that the number 1 defensive player in the draft, that has been the number 1 defensive player in the draft for 2 years, and you told him he's not that good. I've never even heard of him. He's the number 1 prospect.
Anytime you see a young man with a little bitty mustache like that, you should already know what time it is. He was not playing with you.
And his daddy played football too. His name is Ruben. Ruben Bain Jr. That is Jr. Not a name. That ain't nothing that came out in 1995. Ruben Bain is a family name. That is years and decades of struggle built into his DNA. And he went out there, had 2 sacks, 4 total tackles, passed his reps, was putting you on your ass, and they beat y'all 10-3. What's 10? No, I'm not 10-3. Whatever. It don't matter what the score was. Was it 10-3? No, it wasn't 10-3.
Yeah, 10-3. And I think he had 2 or 3 sacks. He did his job. Now the offense could have showed up and done something, to help him out. But what needed to be done on their behalf was completed. You got to get that man all the credit in the world.
Marcel Reed definitely played his way. He definitely needs to come back to college now.
I think we all believe that, but which is even more disappointing because we wanted to see it be good. Yeah. But hey, we can
Miami's defense, man. Shout out to Cristobal. He built it brick by brick, year by year.
Now we knew it. The Alabama Crimson Tide beat the Oklahoma Sooners 34-24. Now, me and Reggie warned y'all about this long time ago. Said this is the worst case scenario for all of you. Mm-hmm. And letting Alabama in this thing is bad. I was okay with it because I thought that they wanted the best 12 teams in the country. I do understand that people who have objections and why you have your objections. Your feelings are real. You deserve to feel them. But Alabama is in the playoff now, and they are in a position to ruin the playoffs for everybody for a very long time. Number one, they got Oklahoma right the fuck out of there. Ty Simpson looked back like Ty again. John Mateer looked like a deer in headlights. The curl wasn't curling. I don't know if his hand was hurt again. Bad day. Maybe it was the ability to game plan, but it was not the John Mateer that we had fallen in love with and enjoyed and thought, oh man, maybe if he played all season, he could have been a Heisman candidate. That was not what we got.
Oh, I can tell you what happened. First off, Bama fans, y'all have been in our Facebook mentions and our TikTok mentions because I said y'all didn't deserve to be there. Blase, blase, blah.
He said that, not me. He said that, not me.
Y'all have been talking a lot of trash to me. And look, as I told our Splashcast affiliate, resident Roll Tider Worthy, y'all deserve it. Y'all deserve it. Y'all get to pop y'all stuff. Y'all deserve every chance y'all get to talk y'all trash. To go down 17-0 on the road and then outscore them 34-7.
The Oklahoma Sooners. It's not like this team ain't chump. You didn't see them before. They didn't seen you before. This is somebody who you familiar with, and they familiar with you. And y'all find a way to get it done.
Shout out to y'all, man. You found a way to get it done. But this not about you. I gave y'all all the slack I'm gonna give you. This not about you. Oklahoma. 17-0. John Mateer. Let me tell you the key plays in the second quarter. In the 5 minutes of the second quarter that they scored 17 points that you just decided. It almost made me think that the mafia was involved. The mob. Somebody paid somebody off. John Mateer had
taking a dive.
He should 3rd and 4. He had a crossing receiver wide open, or he could have run. You know he's fast. He could have run for 40 yards, and it would have made it 24-7. Back up before that. Shout out to Kalen DeBoer going forward on 4th and 2, knowing your team is down 17-0 in the playoff and getting a touchdown. Okay, back to it. Then instead of getting it, you then throw the ball deep, and you got to know your personnel. I know it was a good throw. You threw it across your body, but that was a low percentage play. And you threw it to the running back, and he dropped the ball. But if you had just ran or thrown it to the crossing receiver, that would have been first down. What happens next? I said, I texted y'all. I said, hey, that's going to come back to bite you. I said, that's going to come back to bite you. I didn't think it was going to be the very next play when you dropped the punt.
Voila.
You had
magic.
The best. You have
fishtailing out the parking lot, leaving magic.
You have the best special teams in the SEC. The kicker, the field goal kicker hadn't missed a field goal since the very first kick of the season. Your punter is all SEC along with Georgia's punter. He drops the ball. So now Alabama gets the ball. Boom. 17. And then your defense even bowled up after that and held him to a field goal. Cool. The very next drive, John Mateer throws a pick 6. I said, oh my God. In 5 minutes, it went from 7 to, I said, game over with. Game over
man.
with.
And you know, once the tide get to rolling, it ain't nothing you can do but get out the way now. I mean,
it was rolling downhill. It was rolling downhill. And then all of a sudden, Ty Simpson woke up again. And they started, and shout out to Kalen DeBoer. He had a little bit of Lane Kiffin. He number 17. I don't know his name. He's a freshman from New Jersey. Number 17. He found out that if you put him against a safety that you cannot guard him. He looks like little Jalen Waddle out there. And they pressed that little sore spot 1,000 times. They couldn't stop it. Y'all suck, man. Oklahoma, y'all let this go. Mateer, you played scary. You played scary as hell in the second quarter. You left your defense out to dry in the second half. You and the offensive coordinator, y'all didn't throw the ball at all. Y'all ran 4. Bama scoring at an alarming rate, and y'all running quarterback dives on 2nd and 14. What are we doing? What are we doing? You didn't. Y'all suck, man. Y'all suck. I'm done now, but I just got to let y'all know, Boomer Tuna, y'all let us down. Y'all let a lot of people down on that one. Y'all, the boom bust wasn't there.
So now we have what I think we all picked this chalk. We picked this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we picked this. Oregon versus Texas Tech.
No, I picked
Money versus. Oh, you know what? I think you're right. That is where I think we both missed that one. But Oregon versus Texas Tech, old money versus new money, the Money Bowl. Very interesting. Very interesting. But I don't care about that.
I know
go ahead.
That game.
Go ahead.
I know you don't care about that game, but the game is interesting because the defense, you finally get to see Oregon's. You know, Oregon is always known, even though it's not always true, to not have a high-powered offense. So this high-powered offense against the best linebacker in the nation in Texas Tech with the highest paid defensive line.
You're right. He's the buckets
for the last 10 weeks. That their defensive line is for real. And you got to go down to Texas and play in Lubbock, which ain't the easiest place to play because they throw fajitas all over the place. And you have to go play them. So that's going to be a good game.
Spend your money.
Yeah.
But you know what I'm here for. 9 versus 1. I've been waiting on this all year, and I'm not, and I hate that I'm going to be positioned as a Tide fan. I'm a fan of integrity. And I don't think that, huh?
You're an SEC homer,
No,
call it what it is.
I'm not an SEC homer because there are other teams that I would like to see them play any team it's a respectable team other than clown ass Ohio State to embarrass me. No, it ain't no people. They embarrassed themselves. There's no reason that you number 2. You did this to yourself. Now, in hindsight, mine is shaking out in your favor. I'd much rather be playing Miami and Carson Beck than be playing Alabama. With that being said,
100%.
This is your opportunity. I did not like the Crimson and Cream Bowl in the first round. Now here it is again. It's difficult to tell y'all teams apart when y'all have the same exact colors and y'all don't even have a bunch of different jerseys. So it's just, we'll wear white tops and red bottoms and y'all wear red tops and white bottoms. But Indiana, this is your Super Bowl as far as I'm concerned. This is where your respect will live and die. If you are the number 1 team in the country, you are supposed to handle this team that does not belong in the playoffs handily.
Let me tell you.
Handily.
Reggie said he had a scenario that I picked and a scenario that I hoped. And I hoped for pure chaos. And the chaos scenario is still alive.
Right.
If Alabama can beat Indiana. Now, it's a big game, and Bama's getting healthy. Bama beat Oklahoma, and they didn't even have the top defensive player in LT Overton.
Correct.
Latavius Overton. And now Indiana's coming off a long break where everybody's been patting them on the back, and they only scored 13 points against Ohio State. And they were the top scoring team in the nation, I want to say. Right. One of them. They had to be of the teams that matter. So, this is going to be an interesting game. In Indiana, y'all better not let Alabama get to going early. You better not fall behind. It'll be ugly,
and
bro.
Kalen Dolbear understands that Nick Saban is watching. I think that him getting into the playoffs and out of the first round, he probably safe. Alabama is not going to be happy if he loses this game. But he's safe. He's not had he lost that game versus Oklahoma, he probably still gets into next year, but it's a short leash. Now I think they leave him alone mostly. And this is a chance for him to take what I believe is a team that his team is better than and flex his muscle. If I'm him, I'm looking at Indiana like a lick. I'm trying to destroy the number 1 team in the country. And I want everybody to understand that I'm the head coach of the team that destroyed the number 1 team in the country with their Heisman Trophy winning undefeated season. Boy, it'd be real nice to send them home. Right. Send everybody home. Kick over the whole table. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. How about that? Indiana, y'all better strap up. I'd be lying if I said I don't want to see Alabama win this game. And it's not even that. I just want to see who you guys are. This will tell me a lot. Now, I believed that you guys were not legitimate last time, and y'all beat Ohio State. Y'all beat Alabama and Ohio State. I'm gonna leave y'all the hell alone. I'll be honest. At that point, I no matter what I believe, I gotta shut up.
And Oregon, they would have beat
Right.
Ohio State,
Right.
Oregon, and Alabama in 1 year. That's
right. If you do that, then I'm gonna shut up. Sometimes it may not come the way that you want it in your head to work out, but if it does, then it does. Y'all beat them 3 teams. I'm gonna leave y'all alone. Y'all send me a shirt, I'll put it on. But if y'all get trounced,
what if it's a good game? Yeah, that's a big discrepancy between winning and getting trounced.
Right. There's very
What
true.
if it's Alabama wins on a 55-yard field goal or something crazy like that.
I will have more respect for them, but then I will have to see them do it again. They're kind of in.
They were 11. They were 12-1 last year. 13-0 this year.
They're gonna have to do this consistently because they don't play enough people in the regular season. So yeah, you're gonna have to do this.
So you're gonna have to. So you feel the same way about Ohio State?
Yeah, that's the reason that we respect Ohio State is they're in this conversation every damn year. So it's borderline. That's the only reason we respect Oregon is because they're in the conversation every year. They ain't won shit. I'm reasonable.
We're not gonna pie before these games come on, huh?
Yes, we are. They not going to do this on Christmas. It'll be Friday, Saturday. But we'll have to figure some scheduling out. But yeah. But yeah, that's the game that I want to see. Ole Miss versus Georgia. I think the Ole Miss, everybody's tired now. Cool. We got into the playoffs. Ole Miss ain't never been in the playoffs. We got this collaboration, this Frankenstein coaching staff of guys coming and going. It ain't gonna keep working because I know them. I know Lane is probably like, hey, we got to recruit. We got to do all the rest of this stuff. The rest of the people go to hell. And I don't disagree. And Ole Miss, everybody looks crazy in this situation because everybody did what they said that they weren't going to allow anybody to do. So to me, none of you guys have the integrity. If you was going to say something, then you weren't going to live by it. Then you just wasted everybody's time. And Kirby Smart is going to try to punch y'all in the face.
Yeah, this game. And then Ole Miss running back Lacey got hurt against Tulane, which is the one thing in those playing game. It's not a playing game, but you know what I mean. Those first round games is even when you're playing a team that you know you're better than, it's injuries.
That's the reason that Oregon was like, we done. Get them on out of there. We got the job's not done yet. I think Oregon. I mean, not Oregon. Ole Miss. It's not gonna be fun for y'all when y'all play Kirby.
Yeah, the emotion has worn off now. There is no more emotion here. Now you do get to play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, where we haven't historically been the best. I think we've got a mid record there. But
okay,
Georgia's now healthy too. And the O-line, although we had another stupid mistake by an individual.
Let me tell y'all,
a freshman All-American.
Let me tell y'all one thing about football season. Certain things is gonna happen every time. You know how it's football season? Because a Pittsburgh Steelers wide receiver is crashing out, punching people on the sideline. You know how it's the weekend? Because Georgia players going to jail. It's just the way life is. I don't know why. I really wish people would stop doing these things and embarrassing themselves, but it is consistent as the clock is.
And there's no need anymore. You got NIL. And the player that did it is a freshman.
You're rich. You're rich. And all of your teammates are rich. And you don't have to pay for anything because you live in Athens. Who's charging you and for what?
So that's disappointing. But luckily, Georgia is one of the few teams. There was a graphic of where they said teams that they scholarship players versus transfers. I think Ole Miss was 33% scholarship, 66% transfer. Georgia's like 90% scholarship, 10% transfer, something like that. So they have the depth. And
yeah,
if
they
sideways,
already got the best guys. It's like going to the expensive grocery store. I'm only buying the best. I'm not buying no. If this ain't the best, I don't want it. I'm not shopping with you boys.
I think the line of scrimmage is gonna dictate who wins this game, and I think that they're gonna end up. Georgia's just gonna reset the line of scrimmage on offense and defense, and I think that's what gets it done. They just go run over Ole Miss. To me. These games are on the
Kirby
31st.
cussing them boys
Yeah. Okay, we do pod next Monday. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You good. We don't have to pick it now. Okay, good.
He cussing them boys out every day. He gonna cuss them out on Christmas.
Bro, you saw that video, Kirby?
Oh,
Kirby
man.
Cussed out the coaches, cussed out the players, cussed out the staff. Run it again. Started all over. Started the whole practice over.
And Kirby will cuss you out and make you want to go run through a wall. It ain't even like he hurt my feelings. It's like, oh, well, then Kirby speeches
You right, Coach.
be
I did it
making me.
wrong.
You're right. I got to do better. Choke him the fuck out. That's what you do. You kill him. You rip
Get
his
him off
face
the ground, get him, and hit him in the goddamn mouth. You be like, damn.
Stomp him out. I was like, damn, God, damn, that's a felony.
I was so sad Muschamp went to be the defensive coordinator at Texas because Kirby and Muschamp, that LSU staff of Kirby, Muschamp, Saban, I know you had to wear earplugs to practice every day because there's nowhere that you don't get cussed out.
But you're gonna play on the hell of a defense. Let me tell you, man. Muschamp, as much as he can't coach his way out of a paper bag when it comes to offense. The man knows defense like the back of his hand. It's a savant.
Nick Saban too, by the way. This is the Saban round, is what they're calling it. The Saban assistant round of Oregon, Alabama, Indiana, Ole Miss, Georgia, and Miami. All head coaches are Saban assistant.
So. Right. The guys who didn't make it were Saban guys. That's really what that is. We're gonna.
And then, of course, I think this is going to be the best game of the second round. Is Miami versus Ohio State? To be honest.
What?
I think Miami's defense is for real.
Yeah, but your boy is the quarterback, Carson Beck. He stinks.
Ohio State is a dangerous team because they definitely have a sour taste in their mouth from the Big Ten championship game.
Oh yeah, and Ryan Day is in a unique position. I know he said he's going to take over the play calling. Even if you did that, I don't think you should have said that. Because if you lose, then they're going to blame that.
Well, you would assume because if you lose, then they'd be like, that's a lose-lose. Because if you lose and you let Hartline do the play calling while he's trying to transition into a head coaching position, it's like, dang, he couldn't juggle doing both of them. Why would you blah, 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 blah?
Because we're here to try to win a championship.
Well, he called the plays last year and they won a championship.
Okay. Figure it out. Not my problem.
I'm not saying you're right or wrong.
My team ain't even minute. My team ain't even minute. I'm just saying the way that press conference looked, I can imagine them clipping and cutting that and replaying that a million times if this doesn't go well. It ain't fair. It ain't fair. But that's not what we're here for.
Nope. Nope. But now that I know that we don't have to preview the games tonight in depth, we can definitely stop right here for college football. If we didn't miss anything, Nora, did we miss anything else?
No, we did not. We just excited to see what that 9-1 gonna look like.
Ooh.
And
it's gonna be great.
I'm gonna be somewhere very stable, very comfortable. But I mean, I can't lie. I would not mind seeing Alabama be upset. I would not mind that either.
Would not be an upset.
Okay, now you can say whatever you want to.
This is the homer coming out.
No, I don't care what anybody else says. I think that most people, and I'm willing to look at the betting line. I think that most people are picking Alabama to win that game. So I think it will be an upset. I have been wrong. I have been wrong, and I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm going to be wrong again in my life. We're gonna close out 2025. I would love nothing more than to never be wrong again in 2025 because we only got a couple days left. But I'm gonna be wrong again at some point. So y'all go ahead and get everything ready. But until then, I think that Alabama is the favorite. Now I understand the seeding and all of that, but I think that if you look at the money line, people are gonna pick Alabama to win that game going away.
Yeah.
But what we about to say?
We gonna see. With that being said, we come to the end of the NCAA football segment. We're gonna take 30 seconds. We're gonna take more than 30 seconds. But if you're listening to the playback, we're gonna take 30 seconds and we'll be right back with the NFL segment where we get to talk about the Falcons focus. Hey man, I put on the retro hat for the last 2 weeks and we've won. Maybe I should have did it before we got eliminated for the playoffs. Freaking bums. I told y'all this.
Winning games when everybody.
We'll be right back. Norwood, don't do it. We'll be right back.
Napiering. Doing things
Like,
when it's already over. It's over. Let it
like,
the fuck go.
follow, and subscribe.
And go to
We will
hell.
be we will be right back.
Crossfade hated on me. But we are back. We are here.
I was like, dang, did I freeze?
Right. DJ Scratch. We are back to talk NFL. Our team is in hell. Find my coach, put him in jail. Solitary confinement.
Freestyling.
That's his cell.
Freestyling on episode 2012.
Right.
Yeah, we back, ladies and gentlemen, with our NFL segment of episode 212 with the Splashcast. Give us a like and a follow.
And a prayer.
The Falcons
are
winning. And a share. The Falcons are winning when it doesn't matter. But the Falcons beat, you have Saints, but the Falcons beat the Cardinals.
Same thing. 26 to 19.
Bijan
and the reason
game in Arizona.
Is that where he's from? I thought he was from Texas. But yeah, you're right. He is the king of Arizona. I did see there. You're right. You're right.
And a lot of things make sense now that I know he's from Arizona.
Yo, that boy Reggie is sick. But this is just like I said last week. This is the Falconiest thing that can happen. Is when we don't need to win games, suddenly everybody's good and we can do just normal things that football teams do, like beat teams that we're better than. The Falcons let the Cardinals start out with a field goal. We responded with a 49-yard field goal. Who knew we had kickers that could kick 49-yard field goals? Then they kicked the Cardinals kicked another field goal. Kirk DeBijan for a 13-yard touchdown. Calais blocked an extra point. Why? How? Special teams. Special fucking teams. Zane Gonzalez, 40-yard field goal. We tried to really get Jake Matthews a touchdown. And
I almost
sometimes
broke.
we were doing so many embarrassing things back to back to back. I just kept putting embarrassment in the group. And then I did feel bad for him because that was like he's our most decorated player.
Yeah,
And he was
wide
wide open, and just that's the reason that you played tackle and not tight end.
But for this game, what did I did take from it? So we went down 10-0. We were down 10-0 in this game. And
Why
then
do all of our teams like to get down by double digits before they decide that, hey, man, games matter?
we just decided to give the ball to Bijan, Algier, and Kyle Pitts. We got Drake London involved a little bit, but Drake London was coming off injury. I didn't expect him to do well. And Bijan was at home. And they just started feeding Bijan. And when they started keying off on Bijan, they just threw the ball to Kyle Pitts. And I was like, bruh, this is the easiest thing ever to figure out. Why did it take us to win? We're eliminated from the playoffs to figure out maybe I should give the ball to Kyle Pitts, Bijan, Drake London.
Because our coaches don't make good decisions. That's the reason why, Reggie. That is the reason why. I don't know why you're surprised or confused or anything.
I'm not surprised. I'm frustrated. Our division sucks because our division sucks. Everybody's going to be 8-9. We're about to have the first division of losing teams. Everybody's going to be 8-9, and we would have lost to the freaking Jets, who they're talking about moving them out. I'm not going to get mad. We would have lost to the Patriots because of a missed extra point. We would have lost to get destroyed by the team.
We lost to the Colts.
Run by Tua. We would have lost to Miami to the team run by Tua when he didn't even have an eye. He was missing a whole eye against us, and they scored 34 points. I'm frustrated, bro. I'm frustrated.
I definitely saw something
in North Charlotte. And I got all these damn Panthers fans, and one sitting on my couch. He was trolling me earlier today. And you know when people troll you in a nice way, like they don't say nothing disrespectful. They just try to like talk down to you. Oh, he's a Falcons fan, so he don't really know what you're talking about it. That's why you don't like Bryce Young. No. Let me be miserable. But I don't like it. No, listen. Why did it take us so long to bring in CJ Henderson? Like there's so many small questions that frustrate me.
Why? If you give a test to a person who has a low IQ and they fail the test, are you frustrated with the test or the person or the situation? I'm not going to not make any of it. None of this will upset me because I always was skeptical about Raheem, and he's proven at every turn I should be very skeptical of him. Not him and that unbearded face, skinning and grinning, winning games that you could have won when it mattered. I look back, we lost to Tampa Bay by 3 points. We lost to the Colts in overtime by 6 points. Lost to the Panthers by 3 points. Lost to Tampa Bay again by 1 point. We did not want to do this. Excuse me, we did. But we were already eliminated. This is execution. Oh, we lost to New England, by 1 point. We don't execute as a manner of a team that wants to win. We have players and we knew that we needed a new kicker win last season. Look at this. We looking at
Pro Bowlers everywhere.
Caden Ellis, Bijan Robinson, Bradley Pinion, Kyle Pitts, Xavier Watts, and let's be real, if Drake London doesn't get hurt, it's 6. This is embarrassing. And then we still ain't talking about James Pierce Jr. and Jalen Walker or Brandon Dorless. Or the 48 sacks. Or I mean, I guess it's more than that. Now I got to add whatever we got versus the Cardinals. But it's execution. You can't even point at one side of the ball and say, you know what? They're not good there. We're going to offense and defense. It's execution. It's 19 penalties. It's those type of things. That's the reason that this team is not good. Now, Arthur Blank, he has to take some responsibility and eventually say, damn, I have to find a coach. Everything else, it is what it is. But you are starting to turn into quiet Jerry Jones. You continuously pick the wrong guy to run the ship. And if I'm Terry Fontenot, y'all can kiss my ass.
Whole ass. So I got a few questions or topics. One, Kobe Bryant. Casual Falcons fans, he's taking a beating from casual Falcons fans because, again, he allowed a touchdown. But if you go watch the touchdown, it was the craziest catch of the week.
Right.
It wasn't like it was, and I'm not talking about a month. Like he actually had his hand on the ball, knocked it away, and then it dribbled around.
It just stuck. It just stuck to him,
and he caught it, and it turned out to be a catch. And then C.J. Henderson. We were supposed to. We brought him in like 3 months ago, and then we just didn't sign him. And now we signed him, and he gets the game-winning interception. Cool. But my first question is, they are really, like you said, napering themselves, and they seem like they're really trying to talk themselves into bringing Kirk back because Penix is hurt, and now they're trying to talk their way into bringing back Raheem and the coaching staff. Would you be open to bringing Kirk back? The offense does look better with Kirk, but I don't think that's because of Kirk. I think that's because they finally got out the stupid ass pistol.
I agree. No. Now, Kirk, I don't know. That's a holding pattern for me. I think that he's been a good soldier. He said he wanted to be QB1. Magic. Here you are again. Funny meeting you here. Raheem and Zach Robinson can go to hell. And if they bring them back, I'm not going to say I'm not potting about the Falcons, but it will not be good. If
what
you have
Pitts?
Looked at
sorry, my bad.
If they bring those guys back, it's a slap in the face to me. I don't think there's a chance in hell that Zach Robinson comes back. And I think that Zach, once again, sometimes the best thing you can do is get fired from a job. I think that he should want to be out of Atlanta. This has not been good for him. Move around, bro. Raheem, I think you just suck. I hate that I have to say that to a black man about a black man. But if you're not good at the job, you're not good at the job. This is the reason I don't think you're good at the job. This is Bijan Robinson. He has 2,000 yards from scrimmage. There have only been 3 Falcons in the history of our organization.
Yards.
Right. So once again, and he don't play special teams. He don't play special teams. So that's 1,000 yards there. Then you look here, most receiving yards by a tight end before turning 26 years old. I'm going to read the names that are in front of the guy. Rob Gronkowski, future Hall of Famer. Jason Witten, future Hall of Famer. Tony Gonzalez, Hall of Famer? Correct?
Either one, future or Hall of Famer. Yeah.
Yeah. And Kellen Winslow, unfortunate series
supposed to be Hall of Famer, but lost his mind.
Right. That boy's too freaky. Now, I don't think that Kyle Pitts is this good. I don't think that he's Hall of Fame good. I think that I'm not sold on Pitts. I'm not sold on Pitts.
I think Pitts could be just as good as Travis Kelce if you put him in the right
system. Hell no. Kyle Pitts is not trying to play winning football like Kelce is trying to play winning football. Now, does he have the skill set and the athleticism and all of that? Absolutely. But one thing I can say is when Travis Kelce, He is a footballer. He is trying to do everything to make his team successful. Kyle Pitts, don't block, don't try to block. He catch the ball with his chest. He's talented, but I'm not paying. I saw a valuation $15 million. I'm not making him the highest paid tight end in the NFL. We made him the highest picked, and we saw that got us. There are a myriad of guys. And if anybody wants Kyle Pitts, I'll take Isaiah Likely minus $5 million in a heartbeat.
5? Yeah, we'll sign and trade Kyle Pitts all day, but we not paying him $16 million. Y'all crazy as hell.
No, not one. No, and I mean realistically, even in the offense, you're not Bijan and you're not Drake. Maybe 10, maybe 12, but
he's been the security blanket for Cousins because Darnell Mooney is nowhere to be found.
I don't care about that.
So, I mean, and they're focusing on getting him the ball. This is why I'm so conflicted about Pitts and bringing him back. It's why I asked, because no, I wouldn't pay him $16 million. But when you actually focus on him and say, hey, he's actually 6'5", and Kirk Cousins does a really good job of throwing the ball over the middle and throwing him open. Even when he's covered, he just throws the ball at 9 feet and lets him go up and get the ball because you can't guard him. And then they run him on cross routes.
As much as I like Pitts, he is not consistent enough being locked in effort. He's
fair.
I appreciate the
I think that's $5 million off.
That is something that's what tricks people into spending money on things that it's kind of like Zion. You've not put enough effort for me to max you. And if I max you, you're going to believe that the effort that you've been giving is sufficient. Numbers ain't going to trick me. I've watched you play. You don't try to block. You don't try to be physical. You make the catches. Sometimes you drop them too. It's a lot of penalties. I'm not maxing you. I'll let somebody else pay that toll. I'm okay with that too. Congratulations. And you're a Gator. You're a Falcon. I respect you. I wish you nothing but the best. It ain't no hate in my heart, but I'm not overpaying for something that I know the value isn't there. And if he goes somewhere else, now, if he goes to the Chiefs, all bets are off. I ain't finna. It's a whole different scheme over there. But for us and our little outfit, can't do it.
No Kyle Pitts, they're not going. No Patrick Mahomes, they're not going to pay him.
Nah, but I can see them do a 1 year and then we'll re-up once. I don't know. There's a way though, and maybe if I'm Andy Reid, I would pay him. We're gonna get some of these other people off the books. We're gonna stink, and then I can have Kyle Pitts, and I can just really train him for a year. If I'm Andy Reid, I can do that.
Learn the offense.
But if
you're I'm not wrong, Andy Reid, you're not wrong.
No, if I'm not Andy Reid, I don't think that I have that luxury. So no. But overall, this team has been good on every front. Defensive line, secondary. We picked the right guys. I think we have the right guy at quarterback. We have the other right guy quarterback behind him. We have an MVP candidate at running back. We have a top 10 wide receiver. We have a tight end who, I mean, still like he ain't no slouch. And what are we? Playing for nothing. Hell no. Go home. Do not pass go. Do not collect $200. You're not tricking me. And I'm gonna have to say this while we talking about this Colts game. Rivers ain't the reason they lost tonight.
You said what?
The Colts gonna lose to the 49ers, but Rivers ain't the reason they lost tonight. Phillip Rivers look better than a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. No bullshit.
So is that where you want to go? We done with the Falcons? I can go. I've been watching it the whole time.
Go ahead. Yeah. Give me your opinions on that. We're done with the Falcons, and y'all should be too.
Phillip Rivers was wheeling and dealing today, and he just threw a pick six, and I will say that was like peak Phillip Rivers.
They also down by like 18. He's trying to make it work now. It's the end of the game.
And I'm surprised. I took the thing. I didn't think that Phillip Rivers was going to score 27 points on them. I thought San Francisco was going to beat them like 31-7. And first off, hey, Indianapolis, you allow 48 points. Your defense ain't hurt.
Right.
You allow 48 points to San Francisco. And shout out to Shanahan.
Daniel Dimes do not play defense.
I did not know that the 49ers have not punted since November 30th. They have almost gone a calendar month without punting the ball.
Now, I'm going to tell you, I owe my brother an apology, and I'm going to give it to him when I see him. He told me the 49ers was going to be good, and I laughed him out. And I said, their whole team is a bunch of zombies. And with those zombies, they have managed to go 10. They about to go 11-4. Brandon Ayuk just riding around outside real fast. They say he's going 110 miles per hour outside of Levi Stadium. Can't even get in the club.
And they don't want him there.
Nope. Fred Warner up there in the suites. Leg broke. Don't matter. Still getting it done. But that's impressive to see from a 44-year-old grandfather. Congratulations.
11-4.
Yeah.
11. Anthony Richardson out there, they keep showing him.
Right.
I don't want to wish him bad. I don't want to, but I told you so on that one. I hate to say that.
I think they should let him play them last 2 games if he can play. You might as well see what you got. And I mean,
he can't even take the glasses off. Oh, look at the NFC West, bro. Now that we talk about it, Seattle's 12-3, the Rams are 11-4, and the San Francisco 49ers are 11-4.
And the Raiders.
That's by far the best division in football. By far.
Yeah. But let's not get to the best division in football. Let's go back to one of the worst. The Panthers upset the Buccaneers, and it is really a battle to the fucking bottom. Now the Saints, and the Saints have won 3 in a row. What are we?
They've won 3 in a row to have 4 wins. 5. I'm sorry. Don't let me shortchange.
Panthers.
Don't let me shortchange.
I don't know. I like the Panthers. I like all the teams, honestly, in the NFC South, even though they're not that good. I like the Panthers because they're resilient. I like Bryce. He looked like a little punter, but he ain't no chump. And he can extend the play. And
Bryce correctly for me.
I agree.
They need more rollouts with him.
Because once he extends the play, the defense breaks down. He finds, and he get it. Ted is there's a yes. Ted is actually Arizona did him a disservice. They really had him looking like he was the problem, and he in fact is not the problem. Congratulations on the Panthers getting a guy who I just knew was gonna go. I knew he was gonna be a Cowboy. I was like, the Panthers gonna pass on him, and that's gonna be Jerry's guy, and it's gonna be Ted and CB. But Panthers made the right decision, and that's really helped out their organization in ways that really did. I mean, they're on pace. Like, they should win the NFC South, I think.
They should win the NFC South. They could win the NFC South. Nobody should win the NFC South.
That is okay.
Nobody.
Fair enough.
The Bucks are 1-6 after starting 6-2. They're 1-6.
And that's the reason I knew, like, everything goes back to Atlanta, though. We could have and should have beaten them. That was on us. We didn't do what we needed to, and that's the reason that Raheem needs to go. The Bucks are now selling at this point. I have to be very honest. I went into the year thinking that the Bucks were the best team in the NFC South. I still think they have the best roster top to bottom, but it is falling apart fast. And when you had Chris Godwin, Mike Evans, Emeka Egbuka, Tez Johnson, Cade Otton, Bucky Irvin.
Baker, Tristan Wirfs.
Right.
Keep going.
Right. There's an embarrassment of riches, and you guys are supposed to run away with it, especially with us. Like, especially with the Falcons not doing what we were supposed to, the Saints basically being a flaming bag of garbage. And even if you have a team like the Panthers who are kind of outpacing themselves, y'all were the team that was supposed to get it done, and you didn't. And Todd Bowles, as much as Baker has allowed you to keep that job, he can also get you fired from that job. And there's plenty of people who want that job.
So Baker threw another game-sealing interception too. That ain't
right. But that's what you're gonna get with Baker. That is, but also, I mean, you should be looking at a lot of one-on-one coverage with that receiving core. I think you should once again don't be like the Falcons. Play all your good people at one time and then make people guard them. That would be my suggestion. But we're gonna see how the NFC South plays out, but we will be watching from outside the club. So we're done with that. Steelers find a way to win. They beat the Lions. Mike Tomlin has 19 years in a row without a losing season. Congratulations to him. That is unbelievable. And somehow people were considering firing Mike Tomlin.
I think they still are. Even though he's going to win the division.
Right. He's going to win a division with a 40-year-old quarterback. But Mike Tomlin's problems never outrun him. Congratulations on beating the Lions, which is a team that has just kind of fallen apart without their coaching staff. But DK Metcalf decided to punch a fan during a game. Then after the game, I believe he said that the fan called him an inflammatory word.
Racial slur.
A racial slur.
And that's what I was about his mama.
Right. Which then allegedly. The video provided that they were in fact just calling him by his government name. And the thing that I don't know, or I don't think the NFL players know, which is mind-boggling to me, is all of the stadium is mic'd up and camered up. There's not any place where you can escape anything in that stadium. We told y'all about the 8K or the 10K cameras they have to pick up every angle in that entire venue. They're going to be able to go through every camera angle and find it. He's been suspended 2 games. And like I told y'all earlier, what's the football season without the Steelers having a wide receiver wild the hell out? This is no different. Antonio Brown, Juju, Mapletron. Yeah.
Yep.
It's every year is Pickens. And that's the reason.
Pickens was kind of,
no, Pickens was slinging people down by the face mask and then not blocking. He said, no, you get him. Like, that's the reason, as much as I do like Tomlin, I have to say, there's something where he doesn't, his players are consistently out of control.
Yeah.
Every year.
Then Juju dancing. Yeah, forgot about him too.
Like the big ones though. AB, like Pickens was a menace, bro. And remember, he was taking plays like he would just not block, and the guy be right there. He'd be like, "No, attack my teammate." AB had the camera on in the locker room. These things are inexcusable. The Mapletron, Chase Claypool, Juju, like that's childish. That still shows that there's a lack of discipline in that room. But it's the thing, you can't punch fans. It's not a lot. Even if the fan did call you the racial slur, realistically, you cannot punch a fan. It's not right.
And you do this in the midst of the divisional run for the division, where
and now you're suspended for 2 games. Right.
There's only 3 left.
Right. So, congratulations to not having a losing season, but I don't know what to really say, because there's only so many times that you can let this type of stuff happen before it's you, bro. You're not making players, you're not holding players, and your answer is the standard is the standard. What the fuck is the standard? Wild out? Be belligerent.
Yes.
If I'm the Steelers organization, I would be looking for trades. I'm not giving him away. Now I'm not doing that. But I want draft compensation. But I do think it is time for him to go. But I'm not giving him away because he's too good of an asset. Now we go to
here,
what
go
was
here. Go here. Go here. No. Go here. Since we're talking about the AFC North, go to the AFC East. You may have been already going there.
Oh,
go to
no, hold on.
Ravens.
Hold on. Oh, that's where we want to go. Hold on, y'all. Wait 1 second while I get that pulled up. Because let me tell you guys, the Ravens, y'all ain't never gonna have no success. And I want to see y'all win. Pats beat the Ravens 28-24. If I remember correctly, the Ravens were up like 24-10 and then let the Patriots come back. Drake May continues to put on a masterclass. This was a really big win for him. They said that nobody had beat more terrible teams than the Patriots going up to this. Like the strength of schedule is the worst since 1999. And he probably like, I didn't pick who we play. Y'all pick the schedule. I'll play him. But this was a big win. Lamar did go out with a back injury, but they do have Tyler Huntley, who is one of the best backups in the NFL. He's extremely familiar with the season. Derrick Henry fumbled again. I don't know, like, it's a little tricky with me and Derrick Henry. It's like, I know he fumbled in the game, but it's like after he fumbles, it's like they don't believe in him anymore in any game. After he fuck up one time, it's like, oh, well, you're dead to me. And it's like, sure, it was a mistake and a costly mistake, but he's still one of the best running backs in the NFL. And y'all didn't, what did they say? They did not let him, they didn't give him another carry for 12 minutes and 50 seconds, basically the end of the game.
Yeah, this game. So again, you're right. Shout out to, I have questions about Drake May. I think he's really good, but I think we also need to give Stephon Diggs his flowers. Stephon Diggs was in Minnesota, and whoever was the quarterback before Kirk Cousins was there, they went to the playoffs. They had to win against the Saints. He then goes to Houston, is there with rookie C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud throws for 4,000 yards as his offensive rookie of the year. He then gets hurt, takes the year off. Not really, he's really with Houston, but he gets hurt. Oh, I'm sorry. Before he gets to Houston, he goes to Buffalo. And he's there with Josh Allen, who couldn't get right. If y'all remember with Josh Allen, he couldn't get right. He couldn't. They were saying he can't throw. He can throw, but he's not accurate. And he needs this. Josh Allen, he turns Josh Allen into what eventually becomes the MVP. He takes the next step. He then goes to Houston, gets with C.J. Stroud. He then leaves Houston.
Time out. He then gets Cardi B pregnant. We talking about all the successes. Well, that too. But hey, man, that boy completing passes. Let me tell you.
Yeah, let me tell you, he converts, and then he goes to New England.
Man converts at a high level. What can I say?
And now Drake May is having the best year of his career, and Stephon Diggs has another 100-yard game. Like, I do like Drake May. He's playing well. That defense is playing well. Christian Gonzalez, you've been high on him for the whole time since he was at Oregon.
Yep.
But Stephon Diggs does not get enough celebration. So I wanted to take time to point that out.
I want to give Vrabel his kudos too. You took over, like, this past team was in disarray last year. And remember,
they also used a bunch of money into them too.
Right. And the other part was like the Pats stunk with no Brady and Belichick. Then what was the black guy they had? I can't think of his name.
Gerard Mayo.
Mayo.
They gave him the job too soon.
Right. And then after Mayo, so like you're really cleaning up two messes. Mayo was a mess. Belichick was a mess.
Mm-hmm.
You come in and now, yeah, and now he comes in and it's like, He's got to be in the conversation for Coach of the Year, right?
Yes, they are. Well, they're not anymore. They were the number 1 seed, but
right, and they also had a 10-game winning streak. It's only them and the
shout out to the
Broncos.
Pats. Shout out to the Pats. Ravens. Now I know Lamar went out with a back injury, but y'all should have made a change. Just like the Falcons should have went and got a new right tackle. Y'all should have got a new right guard because Falafel is awful. He's terrible. Nope. He's not good. And so now Lamar gets hurt, and he's been hurt almost all year. You have an 11-point lead because at the end of the day, you still have Derrick Henry. And yes, he fumbled, but then he gets right and runs you literally down the field. He literally runs down the field and scores what we thought would be the game-clinching touchdown. And then inexplicably, you just don't give him the ball anymore. If I'm a star running back and I'm having issues fumbling the ball, and then I finally get it right and score, and then you don't play me again, that's not on him. And Zay Flowers, I'm going to get to you too. Why? At some point, y'all going to have to look at John Harbaugh. It's John, right? Y'all going to have to look at John Harbaugh and say, hey, man, just like you said with the Steelers, it's time to go with Tomlin. It's not, hey,
maybe
man,
that
John,
they would never make that trade, though. They would never make that trade, but that would be the right trade.
But that
you wouldn't swap those coaches?
Sense. I would, yeah, because I think the Ravens it's also coaching, but I think they gotta go get a receiver. They gotta. No,
you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. Keep that offense the way that it is. Y'all are happy. I'm happy. We all happy. We love it. Everybody's
Zay
happy.
Flowers is good as a slot, but Zay Flowers loses focus too. I mean, he fumbled. He did. He pulled a Jerry Jeudy. He caught the ball. He tried to dance around. Not as bad as Jerry. He didn't do the drop leg, but he did try to dance around and got and fumble from got the ball stripped from behind. So it's like, bro, you had DeAndre Hopkins, who you have not thrown. Even if he's old, y'all don't even throw him the ball. Y'all finally threw him the ball, and Snoop Huntley actually had them moving just like Lamar in terms of actually getting the ball down the field. This was embarrassing for the Ravens. This was coaching.
No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's not. No, it's
not for you. You being petty. I'm for real. This is coaching malpractice and roster management malpractice. And at this point, y'all are now hurting Lamar with having a bad right guard. Y'all now he's been hurt all year. Like this is icing on the cake.
Yeah, but that's also because you guys won't get out of running him because y'all like to have him, run the ball. I said that. I said, hey, y'all are taking time off of that man's career by giving him that many carries. It's not wise for you to do that. And they're like, no, we're going to do this however we want to do it. And I'm like, cool, that's fine, because it's going to be short. Everything that I've said, I want to see the Ravens be successful. But I also have a decent level of common sense. I can see the things that you're doing wrong, and I'm not an expert. I think I'm pretty smart. I think I know what I'm talking about, but I don't think I'm the smartest man in the room either. But I don't think that your running back, your quarterback and your running back should be dueling it out for carries. I don't think that wide receiver 2 that you parade out there as a wide receiver 1 is the answer. I don't think that you should be extending Mark Andrews at 85 years old when you got Isaiah Likely. But this team consistently does things like this. You don't make a lot of good decisions, and then you end up in these type of situations. When does enough become enough? And I got past the point of wanting to see them be successful. Now it's more entertaining to me to see them be a joke. And that's the reason. Oh, yeah. This is who your wide receiver 1 is? Yes. I love it. Don't change it. You want to extend Mark fucking Andrews at 80 years old? Great job. You don't want to give Derrick Henry the ball for the last 12 minutes and 50 seconds of a game that you could have won? Keep doing it. I'm not gonna fight you. I'm gonna watch. They are the equivalent of a coaching staff run by LaMelo Ball. Y'all are unserious as fuck.
Man said John Harbaugh is LaMelo Ball. That's funny. So,
But think about how many times he's tricked off games where they've been up late in the fourth quarter.
A lot recently.
How many times you have to give up a lead before we just say, hey, you unserious? But not my problem.
Not. We can be, that was one of the games that I wanted to go to straight from the AFC. It's really the AFC East, but really NFC North, because that was just absolutely just. And I guess this was the AFC. All of that. And then the other game of the week, of course, was the Packers versus the Bears.
Unbelievable.
Great game. Caleb Williams. Hey,
Khalid.
cold.
Khalid. And I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to continue to bring this up. Some of y'all said that Caleb Williams wasn't that good. Some of y'all said, you know what? I don't see what you see. I don't think he was good in USC. I don't think he'd be good in Chicago. I think as he sits at the top of the NFC
Caleb
North.
Williams was good, but I also thought he may have been on his way to the David Carr effect of you have a bad organization, a bad offensive scheme, and they keep making the same mistakes. They have now, at the time, 4 decades of making the same mistake and of not having an open offense and getting a quarterback to throw the ball down the field and having an offensive coordinator that likes to throw the ball around, right? Walter Payton is their leading receiver. So at that point, like you would think it was, for me. Now, other people may have been saying something, but for me, it was less an indictment on Caleb Williams, and it was more an indictment.
I'm never not calling him Khalid, because that is the most difficult shit to get to. It's just like, oh, he's black. He's black. He got to be Khalid. It can't be Caleb.
But my point is my point I was saying is, now shout out to Ryan Poles. You got it right. You finally got it right, and you got the guy that opens up the offense. You went and got the pieces around him, and they still could add more, because I don't think they're receiving. Luther Burden was hurt. Rome Odunze is still, getting his feet wet in the NFL, but they figured out with the tight ends, and they probably could use a back, but DeAndre Swift as well. And at that point, now Caleb Williams is being they've tailored the offense to his strengths, and it's working.
And Caleb Williams has 2 of the top 6 passing seasons in Chicago Bears history. This season ain't over with.
Another indictment.
And I give them a ton of credit for paying Ryan Poles early. You know what? This is our guy. And I said that at the beginning of the season. I think that was one of the questions was, are you sure you need to pay? You should have paid him before he did anything. Surprise, surprise. Here we are, 11-4, 3,400 passing yards with 2 games left. He is probably going to, I assume he's going to get more than 141 passing yards. And God forbid he have 2 big games. He could pass Eric Kramer from 1995 with 3,838 yards. He'd be the number one passing season in Bears history. So congrats, Khalid. The game-winning touchdown was unbelievable. The clip of him throwing the ball and putting his hands inside the hand warmers was even better. That level of confidence and belief in yourself. The interview afterwards where everybody else is thrilled and Caleb is like, we're just trying to win football games. Impeccable.
He definitely thought that through. But yeah,
you can tell. But he's polished. This is what you get when you get a polished quarterback. Also, shout out to black quarterbacks taking over. Oh boy, they are everywhere. You can't run from them now. And Chicago is It's another one of them places like them a good white quarterback, and now you got a black one for the foreseeable future. But they happy. And it's funny when you look, and Caleb Williams and Josh Allen have basically the same amount of passing yards. Josh Allen, 3,406 yards. Caleb Williams, 3,400. And then Jordan Love, 3,381. Man, it's beautiful to see. I see why y'all didn't let black quarterbacks play because we taking over.
Yeah, Caleb Williams is better receivers, but I get you. This game is funny. Eagles beat the Commanders, and the Eagles were up 17 at one point late in the game and went for 2. And Dan Quinn was not happy and was like, "We will see y'all in 2 weeks." Let me tell you
what,
and you can get to talking about this game. They probably gonna get destroyed by Philly again, but it ain't about being destroyed by Philly.
Probably.
It's about, I'm gonna make sure you remember that you were in a fight. You may beat me up, but somebody's gonna get taken out of that game. You gonna go into the playoffs limping. Fucking around.
Now that was not, that is a valid point. Hey, I have nothing to lose. I've already
because
lost.
It's disrespect. Because
Right.
they take it as disrespect. You have
But
17 and went for 2.
But I
That's
mean,
disrespect.
we're in the same conference here, bro. We're in the same division. What did you expect? You thought that there was respect? If you thought that there was respect, then you're a fool.
No, there's a gentlemanly thing, man. The Commanders were already overmatched running out there, Marcus Mariota, and the game was essentially in hand, and you decided to go for 2.
But okay, so this is the reason I may feel a little bit different than you on this.
We don't even do that to the Saints.
I think no, but we was mad when Jameis called that play and Jamal Williams scored that touchdown to get that last one. But
exactly, we were the Commanders in that.
But in that situation, I said, buckle the fuck up. You didn't want him to score to get in the way. That's how football is played. Shut up. But in this case, I don't blame the Eagles because I think the Eagles should have beat y'all by way more than 29-18. I don't think this is a win in record only. I'm going to be very clear. The Eagles should have beat you by more than 11. They have their full complement of players, and you don't have your most valuable player. This is a Eagles. Y'all shit is jank man as hell. I don't know how to tell y'all any other way. This is a house of cards waiting to fall down. I ought to be very clear about that. It's trick bag as hell. Y'all have all of the players that have ever been in the NFL that anybody has ever wanted, and y'all struggled against the Commanders with no Jaden Daniels and Marcus Mariota. Y'all won by 11. Hey man,
yeah.
I know that a lot of people think that. I know that a lot of people think that they're Super Bowl contenders. That team is a scam.
Well,
and Eagles fans don't get mad. I just want y'all to be honest with yourselves. This don't look like what it's supposed to look like.
No. Quick caveat. Memphis is playing OKC right now. OKC, they just made a substitution. But at the time that I said quick caveat, it was SGA, and I don't know anybody else on the court for OKC. Everybody, it's the bench that we don't know, and they just hit like 4 threes in a row.
Yeah, because but see, wait, okay. See, that bench is good. That bench is
I didn't say they weren't good. I said we don't know them.
No. But I'm telling y'all need to get familiar with AJ Mitchell. He is very good. He got 16 points tonight, 7 of 13, 1 of 3 from 3, and 9 rebounds. He is good.
Everything that I'm saying, all of them are good. Now they just brought back in Jalen Williams. And shout out to Memphis. They playing well. But yeah, okay, back to an NFL because we had 2.5 hours. We do need to finish this up.
Jaguars continue to win. They beat the Broncos.
Apologize. I ain't gonna let you finish. Apologize. Right now.
No. It's a setup. This is Trevor Lawrence scamming y'all again. Y'all gonna believe him again. Y'all gonna be like, oh, we got our team, we got our quarterback, and then when you need to win a game, he's gonna show right back up to being himself. Show me what Trevor Lawrence looks like in the playoffs. I'm gonna give you your credit. Y'all are having a fantastic regular season. I will give you your credit. beating the Broncos after they won 10 games in a row or 9 games in a row, whatever they had. They lost 2 in a row, which is
This is
kind of
the
coming back to
backhanded
earth.
compliment of credit I've ever heard of.
No, because I'm honest. I ain't going to lie to you either. I just don't believe in the Jaguars. I think that you were gifted with the blessing of Daniel Dimes' legs both falling off. And after that, what is the AFC South left with? Excuse me, that's not true.
Texans. I don't agree with
Texans,
that. I think that
Texans.
their
You're right.
blessing
You're
is
right. You're right.
Jacoby Myers.
That too.
I
That too.
think Jacoby Myers, the Raiders gift wrapped Jacoby Myers to Jacksonville, and they already re-signed him after 2 weeks. Or 3 weeks. It was like, yep, go ahead and get him real quick.
And congratulations. I'm going to tell y'all that was a good job. You identified a player that was a guy who you like and go ahead and gave him some money. That's smart. But I don't believe in this team. I surely don't.
But the defense played well. And Trevor Lawrence, I mean, what they've done is essentially what they do for Bo Nix. They've cut down his yards per attempt to like 8.
Right.
Like they don't let him throw the ball down the field. Like Bo Nix was hit this game, it was 7.8 for Trevor Lawrence. It was 7.5 for Bo Nix. Trevor
Well,
Lawrence
I'll be honest, man. That's what the NFL is at this point. The highest guy is Sam Darnold, 8.7 yards. That's what he averaged completion. Drake May, 8.7. Jameis Winston, 8.6. Quinn Ewers, 8.2. Lamar Jackson, 8.1. Daniel Jones, 8.1. We're in a conservative NFL. The 300-yard games are short. They're hard to come by. Damn near impossible.
Yeah.
We play in a game.
11 tackles.
Jesus.
Again.
He led the NFL in tackles with us and never stopped.
Nope.
I don't know how I feel
but
about
yeah,
that.
shout out to the Jags. I will say this was a big win though. Texans
yeah, it was for sure.
We can keep moving. Texans continue to roll. I was not impressed with this win. Barely beating the Raiders at home was disappointing.
Can't do that. Not going into where we expect you to be.
CJ Stroud had 23 completions for 187 yards. That's 5.3 yards. Now, I will say Houston, their running game is on life support right now. It's not good. I don't know who Jawar Jordan is. Well, when you ain't at home, you hear a noise. It's like, wait a minute now. I don't know who Jawar Jordan is, but they seem to have tried to get Christian Kirk back into the thick of things, throwing the ball. But they have some holes on offense, but they have blocks on defense. They have levels of defense that they are so good, it almost doesn't matter. Like they're so good on defense. It's going to be a fight for them in the AFC South in Jacksonville. Go ahead.
I think that the Texans are trending the right way. I don't think that this season is their season, but next season is the season that I'm really interested in. I don't think that it did them any favors. I don't love this draft, but they got rid of Larry Tunsil. They have a bunch of draft picks. They should have a bunch of guys who should be healthy.
Line receiver and running back.
Yeah, next year is probably their year, I think. But that's the reason that this year is extremely important. The more that you can figure out this year, the better you can be this year. The deeper you can get into the playoffs this year will set you up for your success going forward. If you can get that receiving core back healthy, you probably gonna have to filter through some of those guys and figure out what your core really looks like. But you got a thing. But you got to figure out the receiving core got to be healthy, and you need to hit on those draft picks or trade them for assets, like when you traded out of Laramie Tunsil. But there's a ton of potential there, and I think D'Amico is the guy to get it done.
I agree.
Where you want to go from here? We're going right. Bills beat the Browns. this was not the way that I thought that this was supposed to go. Bills, y'all look questionable as hell. The Browns are not a good team. I do like Harold Fanning. I am in love with Harold Fanning Jr. I don't have any way other to say that. That's
Big Debo.
y'all.
Big
Y'all want
Debo
Kyle?
Samuel.
Y'all want Kyle Pitts? Send me Harold
Nah,
Fanning
they're
Jr.
not giving up Harold Fanning.
No, I'm being
Shador getting that
facetious.
man. He about to be offensive, first team all rookie.
The Bills defense has been questionable for a minute, and it looked even more. It looked like nobody was playing defense for the first 3 quarters. I'm just watching this game like, damn, y'all not even try to stop anybody, either team. And Bills, y'all used to like have a defense. I don't know where that defense went, what y'all got now, but it ain't it.
Can't stop the run. And the only reason to me they really won is because Quinshawn Judkins, T's and P's
Leg fell off.
Leg popped out of place and then fell off. Normally we kind of go back and forth about Shador and also Josh Allen and stuff. But first off, the Bills, y'all are so smart. Y'all are so smart for paying James Cook because he is a beast in that offense.
And negotiated hard against him to kind of not let him break the bank, but still got him.
Yeah.
You won.
Yeah, that's great. And I'm glad y'all did because y'all struck out on Keon Coleman. He's another healthy DNP, healthy scratch.
I don't know if they
at this
struck
point
out
it's
on
time for
him.
him to go ahead and explore seeing somewhere else.
I agree. I'd love to have him in Atlanta. 1,000%.
Play the Kyle Pitts role. I mean, he's basically that's what he is. But he's has issues with separation, but he can make the contested catch.
Put him in the slot.
Finally,
put him in the slot.
Yeah, Myles Garrett with the half a sack. I believe that tied the record, if I'm not mistaken. So he's got 2 games to break it. And the Browns O-line. That was what happened to the AFC North. The AFC North used to be O-line, run the ball, and
Reggie,
run over you.
Hey, Reggie.
And the O-lines in the AFC are absolutely awful.
Let me think about this. 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 I'm putting together a team. I know that my quarterback is probably going to be out for the entire season because of a bad injury. I have a media darling who does a great job. Even though he throws a ton of interception, he keeps my wide receiver 1 engaged. This wide receiver 1 that may or may not even be a wide receiver 1, but he made him look like a wide receiver 1. How about instead of drafting 2 quarterbacks in the 3rd and 5th round, I draft 2 linemen in the 3rd and 5th round and keep the same game plan with this guy who's a media darling who's keeping my wide receiver 1 happy? How does that sound?
It sounds like it makes too much sense for being Cleveland.
Right. So what does Cleveland do? They let the media darling guy who kept your wide receiver, Jerry Jeudy, happy. You let him go to New York, make himself way more money. Then on top of that, you use true draft picks for a quarterback. And I don't understand why the media doesn't understand that Deshaun Watson still exists. Every day I see somebody talking about, the Cleveland Browns should move forward with Shedeur Sanders. Are you not going to pay Deshaun Watson the $75 million? Right. So had you drafted your 2 offensive linemen, you could have had them in their 2nd year, ready and prepared, instead of this faulty ass offensive line that you have now. But that makes way too much sense. Now on to Shedeur. He played a Shedeur game. I think he completed 20 to 29, 2 picks. I think he was sacked once or twice. I expect you to be sacked once. Like, the sacks to me don't really bother me because you're playing with a terrible offensive line on a terrible team. But I will also say you're now 1-4. I think that he would have been better off sitting on the sideline, letting Dylan Gabriel get all these snaps.
Get plumber chicked out there.
What am I doing?
I don't disagree with you, and I don't agree with you. I think either way, I think this is confidence building for him because he knows that he can do it. Whether you believe he had the confidence in himself or not, human nature when they tr- treat you the perceived way that he's being treated. Perceived, I said perceived. We don't know. Perceived. Um, I think at that point, you being able to go in there, want to get a win, and then also not really be the whole reason why you lose, I think does wonders for him. Now, I do agree with you that he needs to get the hell out of Cleveland. Hey, you did it. You there. You 1-4, but you proved one that
And don't they
Cleveland
have
isn't
two more games to play? You're gonna end up by the time you leave, you're gonna be 1-6. And
cool.
I hold on. No. That's cool to me and you because we can say we can look at the Cleveland Browns, we can look at Shador, and we can be reasonably unbiased. These other people who are going to be looking at Shador are going to say, "Now you went to Cleveland, you 1-6. You and Starks are 1-6." And you know the quarterbacks get the record. If you play 7 games and y'all win 1, that's what you get. That's the reason. If you look at your boy Tyler Show or whatever his name is, he like 3-1 or something like that. He's getting the wins, and people are going to attribute those wins with him, whether they're well deserved or not. In the same way that they're going to attribute those wins to him, they're going to attribute those losses to Shador. That's what comes with being a quarterback. I think that I said since the beginning of the season, the best thing that you can do is be the best QB3 you can be. I don't even want to get out there and get in y'all way. I think that he had the right confidence and belief in himself before, and I think now he's going to have to sell himself to another team versus another team saying, we just don't, let's bring him in and let's see for ourselves." I think that I feel confident in saying what I said before. I think he's just about as good as everybody else. But if I'm Dylan Gabriel, I'm like, well, I'm glad that I'm not getting these 7 losses.
Boy, Josh going off. And also, I mean, we can move on. I'm actually fading fast. Shout out to the Jags. Bills and Chargers have all clinched a playoff spot now that the Indianapolis Colts have lost. Reports here: Titans beat the Chiefs. We knew
Gardner Minshew, fibula or something broke. His whole leg broke. The bigger news here is that the Chiefs are leaving Kansas City and moving to Kansas. Apparently, they're going to build a dome stadium. I think that's great for Patrick Mahomes' longevity, getting out of the snow, playing in a much more climate-controlled environment. But Kansas City Chiefs are going to pack it in for, I would assume at least next season. And then when they're going to try to rise like a phoenix. Bengals beat the shit out of the Dolphins.
2031. So,
I mean, yeah, but I mean, I think he plans to play until then. Bengals beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins are doing the same thing the Falcons are. You know your coach doesn't fit here. You know that this situation sucks, and for some reason you won't fire your coach. I love it. Bengals, congratulations.
Bring him back next year.
Yeah, and congratulations to the Bengals winning games that don't matter, like y'all are the Falcons. Stupid. I'm starting to be a supporter of your boy.
I know. Starting, you've been a supporter.
I was not a supporter. At first, I was just like, I want to see it. And after seeing it, it's not terrible. He's not the worst quarterback in the draft. He's not the guy who I think that he was given for a couple bad throws. I think that the Saints are happy enough with what they got for right now. I don't know what that means long term. I think that what's his name, Kellen, the offensive coordinator, is doing a decent job. I think that their biggest thing is they gotta get old people no money off the books. They need a purge. But if they purge, I think that they could be interesting in the future, especially Falcons not knocking it out of the park, and we're gonna need a new coach. And as whatever the Panthers are, it's not dominating, and the Buccaneers are, they're old and questionable. The Saints have
I
found a way to
mean,
kind of
sure. The Saints they beat the Jets, the Panthers. Now they did beat the Bucks, which was wildly surprising.
wait. Didn't we lose to the Jets?
Yeah.
Didn't we lose to the Bucks twice?
Yes. Let me finish my point. So the Jets, the Jets lost. Either way, I think he's benefiting. I don't know how Kellen Moore is a good play call. Well, he's a decent play caller. He's pretty good because he's with the Eagles. Yeah, he's a pretty good play caller. I have to see it. I think Spencer Rattler, for as high as you are on Spencer Rattler, and you were saying he needs a coach and better play calling and all the things.
I agree.
I think this is Spencer Rattler with Kellen Moore. So I think show now. I'm trying my best to hide my bias when I actually talk about the Saints. He has looked way better than I thought he would. Because when he first came in, he
looked awful.
He's just really inconsistent. He was the preseason is when I still hate the Saints, but he had those good passes in the preseason. I was like, but it is the preseason. And then they came in, and the Saints are just a terrible roster, but he didn't look horrible. And now they winning 29-6 and doing things like that. It's like, he's not as bad, but I don't believe it because I don't believe in the Saints, and I've seen this before. So I think he's a bridge quarterback.
See,
but
that was always my thing with, and I got my ass chewed by a million people about this. I think that all the quarterbacks in this draft about the same. I think that none of these guys, I'm not sure if any of these guys are legitimate starters at this point. There's a world where in 3 years, none of these guys are in the NFL anymore, or they're all holding a clipboard. But whatever it is, I think they're in it together. And I mean, even I think the Jackson Dart is probably the best of the crew, but you also got to not be concussed. So if you look at it, I mean, there's a potential for all of them to be gone. But I don't think I think they're all about the same. Harsh reality. It's just not a lot of good quarterbacks. And when I said that Tyler and Shador could probably be the same, I'm still believing that. It's just none of these guys are world beaters, in my opinion. But that's the best part about it is we're going to see for the next three of,
we gonna
everybody.
They're like the college football playoff. We gonna see.
And it also does matter what team you get on. That was always my biggest thing was presented with the opportunity. I am looking for the best escape from New Orleans and fucking Cleveland. These are not two places are going to get good anytime soon. I want out of both. It's just, I think it's safer. Also, Vikings win. JJ McCarthy hurt again. They're in a bad situation.
Again.
The Giants are terrible. I think the best thing that people can look at that I'm going to tell you what I saw that I think is interesting. I think that people should be very high on getting to Mac Jones and trying to find, if you have an offensive coordinator, Mac Jones has at least shown enough to me that it could be a reason there could be a financially reasonable contract there and get decent quarterback play. Also, Malik Willis. I'd like to see that somewhere. I don't. You're not gonna see that, and you're not gonna see. You're not going to see that in Green Bay. That's Jordan Love team. I love to see Love bombs. He's good. You got shaken up, concussed, whatever. Of course, thoughts and prayers and all of those things, but that's his team. I would never say go in a different direction. But it's got to be some motherfucking teams that need Malik Willis. Atlanta.
I mean, Atlanta. Atlanta. And he's probably
As much,
cheaper. And he's
would
got
much,
a few years under his belt, too.
I would much rather trade Kirk Cousins and start the season with Malik Willis until Michael Penix is healthy.
As long as we don't run the pistol, I don't care. I don't care.
Right.
Whatever.
But they're like if I don't want to send him to the Raiders because I think that's a death trap. But Raiders, you should be looking at Malik Willis.
He's definitely made some money in Green Bay because this is the second time he's played when Jordan Love got
Miami. You
Not
should
bad.
be interested in Malik Willis. Colts. What y'all got? Call Malik Willis. He's and Jacoby Brissett. I don't care what none of y'all say. There are players that are available. With that being said, though, we finished another fantastic week. That I have.
Seahawks outlast the Rams. The Rams choke away another game against the Seahawks on Thursday night. That was a crazy game. And then I think we skipped. I think that was it. That was the only one we skipped.
That's it. But this,
I'm tired.
not as tired as this. Yo, this is right before he tattooed Jake with one of them.
Broke that jaw.
This is the last time that Jake Paul's jaw was intact.
Somebody that has AI. Put this as a Mortal Kombat background.
Finish him. Well, knock his brain loose. Boy, I'm finna do it for the ancestors. God.
Ooh, but ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of episode 212 of the Splashcast Monday Night Raw. Shout out to my co-host running things as I am in Durham. Shout out to Jake Paul getting your ass beat and giving us great memes for the rest of our lives. Norwood, if we ain't miss anything, take us out.
Ladies and gentlemen, children of all ages, there's nowhere else in the world you should have been, could have been than here with us. Thank you guys for rocking with us. Your HBCU homeboys, number one, more black baseball. Shout out to the Braves. We're making a lot of good decisions. We are getting this thing together at the right time. Let me tell you, we are doing the things that matter. Woo! Woo! Now I just need all of y'all to be wrapped in bubble wrap. Please stay safe. Please stay safe. We need no injuries, no nothing, no drive, no cars. And have to tell people about what you DUI, Marcel Ozuna. Still ain't figured out what's going to happen with that yet, but thoughts and prayers to that. Number 2, happy holidays from the Splashcast. We love you. Happy Merry Christmas. Happy Kwanzaa. In the famous words of Smokey Robinson, happy Chinooka. If y'all ain't seen that yet, y'all haven't seen the best parts in the internet yet. Number three. I don't know what Chinooka is, but I want you to have a happy Chinooka, looking like T.I. wife. Number three. The historically black college and university you went to, your auntie went to, your uncle went to. I have never been concerned about a man named Clifford. The historically black college and university you went to, your auntie, your uncle, the person you laugh kiki in the back of church with, send some money over there. Support HBCUs. It is more important than ever before. Once again, shout out to Charles Huff, Hampton alum, now the Memphis football coach. That HBCUs, there is nothing for us. Let me be very clear about it. Number two, the historically black college university in your neighborhood, the one you go for homecoming, step shows, battle of the bands, celebration bowl, whatever it may be. You there with your people having the time of your life. Send some money over there. And then finally, the greatest learning institution in all the world, the Hampton University. We only asking for $18.68 on behalf of the year that the university was founded. Please send that. Please support us as we go on this endeavor. We try to improve our NIL. We have a new football coach. We're trying to take this thing back. We're trying to win some championships. We're trying to compete in the CAA. We appreciate everything you do for us. Once again, adios, mi amigos. Spend time with your loved ones. Love the ones that you with. And we are out of here.